Hello! Welcome to High Rollers Dungeons and Dragons. How are you all today? Rhiannon's very excited because she's practicing rolling her dice.
Ready for murder.
Oh my God,
Very
she's done it
happy.
again.
Ready for murder!
She's
Massive
got
damage.
so much
High
damage. High damage.
Hello, friends. Welcome to High Rollers. I'm your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Holmes, as always. Joining me, we have our regular players. We have Chris Trott.
How?
Kim Richards.
Yo.
Tom Hazel.
Hello.
And Rhiannon Gawa.
Hello.
You want to say how?
How?
You want to say how?
What was it? Was it how? Was that how
That's
too?
how for now.
That's how for now. Oh man, we should
Old
bring that
reference.
back. Oh, we should bring that back.
Old
Anyway,
reference.
probably goes over the heads of much of our audience.
Yeah,
And most of
They'd
us.
catch it.
Most of us. Oh, Thomas, you're so young.
You get it?
I get it. I don't get it.
You?
Yeah,
How
was
to?
fucking great.
Two.
Yeah. What's that?
It's a team.
It's how for now.
You're
Are
old
you
as
for
fuck.
serious?
I
You're
was
old
out of
as
this
hell.
country for a lot of my youth.
That's fair. You have an
Yeah.
excuse. You're just an idiot.
Like, I didn't know who the Chuckle Brothers were. Like, rip.
Anyway,
Too
moving
soon.
on.
Until they did the Hitman thing.
I got a lot of information to rattle through, so I'm going to smash this out so we can get to the recap and then get on with
Smash
the
it.
very important episode today. Oh boy, not sure how this one's going to go.
Yeah.
Big thank you to our first of all, to our two big sponsors, D&D Beyond and Brilliant. D&D Beyond is the official Dungeons & Dragons digital tool set. Yeah. It's available as a website and on your iPad as well. It's an amazing compendium of all the Dungeons & Dragons books and modules, as well as a fantastic character builder, which we all use when we play. DMs, you can actually add players into your campaigns, and then you can track what the players are doing, you can add items, you can track their stats, you can track their gold, all of that kind of good stuff. D&D Beyond is really awesome. We recommend you check it out. If you want to get some books available on, this is the important bit, so shut up. If you want to get some books on D&D Beyond, you can save 25% by using the code. 25%.
Whoa!
That's so
by
much.
using the code High Rolling. When you go to
What's
check
the
out
code?
High Rolling.
Rolling.
You can buy the latest book, Dragon Heist. It's a brand new module, of which we're doing a little mini-series called Rogue's Gambit. More on that later.
That's a quarter off.
That's a quarter off. Thanks, Chris Trott. And then second of all,
Give
our
it
other
up.
sponsor, it's Brilliant. Brilliant.org. Brilliant is math and science done right. If you want to improve your puzzle-solving ability, your mathematical ability, you just need to go on Brilliant. There's loads of courses for you to do, covering all sorts of different types of logical thinking, puzzle-solving, mathematics.
Oh, it's the wrong side.
And all of that kind of good stuff. You should check it out. We've been doing a bunch of puzzles on it. You can check it out with all the courses. Really, really useful if you're a DM, if you're a player, and you want to improve your mental agility, then Brilliant is the thing for you. And Kim has a puzzle for you.
Yeah.
While I have a drink.
Hello. Today's puzzle is called Counting Squares, and we have a visual as well for today.
Nice.
So Sam, when you're ready.
Visual.
Oh, hello, there's the
Boom.
visual. Okay.
Oh, that's, yeah.
It's a grid.
You wandered into the wizard's laboratory, dodging an errant fireball and stepping over a stunned owlbear. In the middle of all the chaos, you spot the dejected figure of Percival the wizard, who's staring sadly at a well-thumbed spellbook. Oh, hi. Welcome to my wizardly emporium of wonders. Currently short of wonders, mainly because I can't figure out my own spells. He waggles the spellbook under your nose. Maybe you can help. Look at this diagram. It's a rune that will conjure up wonders, the likes of which you can't imagine.
It's a grid.
Sound diagram.
Oh, there you go.
Unfortunately, I need to say out loud how many squares there are, but I just can't get the number right. Please help. So, can you help Percival the wizard with his spells by saying how many squares of any size there are in this figure?
Oh.
Yep,
Oh.
got it.
There we go. Tom Hazel's got it. But have you?
I'm gonna
Have
tell
you?
you at the end.
Have you?
Tell me if I'm right.
We'll give you the answer at the end of today's episode. And a big thank you, as always, to Brilliant, one of our amazing sponsors.
Nice.
More things to talk about. Man, there's a lot.
Man!
First is a big one, Tom
It's a
Hazel.
big one!
MCM Comic Con.
Yes!
We know it's really late.
Wait, what?
No, it's really late in the
We're actually
day.
going!
But we're going to be there. So we're going to be there
Yes!
thanks to MCM Comic Con. We are not going with the Yogscast. I don't believe there's going to be a Yogscast booth.
No!
We're there with MCM.
But yes!
There's two things to know. We are doing a live show on Friday, the 26th of October. It's going to be at 5 p.m. on the center stage.
That's a reasonable time.
That's in the main show itself, so you will need entrance. You will need an entry ticket into the main show. It's on the center stage. It's going to be me, Kim, Trot, Tom, and Katie. Sadly, Rhiannon can't come; she's away. But it's going to be a one-shot in Aerois,
My sister needs to change her wedding.
maybe there'll be a special guest. I'm waiting to find out if they're free.
Guess what other D&D group are also at MCM?
Well, yeah, there's that. There's also going to be 2 signing sessions, one on Friday and one on Saturday. Times are still being confirmed. Check at High Rollers D&D, and on wherever we can, we'll push that as soon as we know the times. One thing we're doing very slightly different that we've done to previous cons in the past is that for the signings, you will need to buy a £15 poster, and then we'll sign the poster or whatever else you want as part of that. That's a thing to do with MCM, but you buy the poster, you get the poster, we'll sign it, and we'll sign anything else. But unlike before, where you could just queue up with nothing, you actually have to buy the poster. It's part of the policy and process.
Exclusive.
Yeah, it's an exclusive poster as well, so make sure you do that. Again, we know this is late notice. Really sorry about that. We've been working on a bunch of things. We suspect that loads of you will be there for Critical Role because they've announced that they're going to be there. So hopefully you'll come by and see us as well. And like I said, there'll be the live show on Friday, 5 p.m. It's going to be awesome. Come and check it out. I will have been just back from Japan and likely delirious with jet lag, which will make it even wackier.
You're a crazy one-shot.
Crazy one shot. Next thing, another big one. It's brand new merch.
Oh!
Thank you.
it's
Yep, just
so
throw it. Yeah, that's it. Sam's like frantically changing cans.
So beautiful.
So we've got these brand new metal Aerois dice. These are now on store.yogscast.com.
Do not put it up your nose.
It's a brand new set.
Or in your mouth.
It's a brand new mold. These are not spin down dice. We hear you. We know that you didn't like the spin down dice. We've changed it. That wasn't our choice. That was the manufacturer. These ones are 100% not spin down. They're randomized. They're full metal. They're silver and blue in a sapphire blue.
Real nice.
They're super, super nice. You can check those out on store.yogscast.com. But even better, you can get 10% off, not just the High Roller stuff on the Yogscast store, but on everything.
Every single thing.
If you use the code HIGHROLLERS at checkout, you'll get 10% off anything you buy in the store.
Anything.
So you can get the new 10-year anniversary hoodie, you can get some Hat Film stuff,
Yep.
you could buy hats or stickers or whatever you want to buy, and you'll get 10% off.
Everyone buys hats. Everyone.
Do that.
I wear them.
You just
Mugs,
steal them.
hats, everything.
It was on
10%
the
off.
floor.
Use the code HIGHROLLERS at checkout. It's when you actually go to the final payment that the discount code appears for. High Rollers, put that in, you get 10% off.
It supports us specifically, that
Yes,
code.
it does. Yeah, to be transparent, if you use that code, it supports us. It's magic. The Aerois metal dice, there's also shirts. There's the Aerois shirts. You've
Yes.
got HR hoodies.
nice.
We've got the plastic dice set if you
not
don't want to
wearing
get the
it
metal
today.
ones. It's all good.
Notepads?
Notepads, mugs,
Yeah.
and
The more you buy,
hopefully
the more you get off with the 10%.
tote bags very, very soon.
yeah.
They are coming.
Yes.
Next thing, Rogue's Gambit on Mondays. It's a brand new show we're doing. It's a mini-series. It's very crazy. It's very over the top. It's very different to Aerois.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun though.
Yep.
Check that out. That's on Mondays at 6 p.m. UK time over on twitch.tv/HighRollersDND and twitch.tv/DND. You can check that out. It's also on our YouTube, isn't that right, Tom
It's
Hazel?
on YouTube and on podcast as well.
And on podcast,
Like
and on the
everything
D&D
else.
channel YouTube as well.
And on D&D.
And
everywhere.
D&D have got streams going throughout the week, so you can check out loads on that. Last thing I wanted to do is do a big thank you to Russ Charles. We mentioned him a long time ago. He was doing the Dungeons and Doggies Kickstarter. He has designed, he sculpted for us some custom Aerois character minis, and Steamforge Games have printed them for us. We're going to get these professionally painted.
Look, it's blurry.
And they're amazing.
Beautiful.
They're really, really cool.
They're so crisp.
So hopefully you'll see those in action very soon. And that's it for the announcements. Is there anything else I've forgotten about?
Mark, can we start the episode, please?
Let's start the episode by playing the Aerois video.
See you in a second, bye.
Can you imagine that? We should do that. A High Rollers Yogg's Crystal Maze. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
Would you watch it? Let us know.
Let's just start mid-conversation. Sure.
Yeah, you can edit this, Tom. It's
Yeah,
fine
it's
for the podcast.
fine. It'll
Hello.
be easy.
Let's do the recap for last week's High Rollers episode. The party have been getting to know the residents of a town called Rose Hall and found the place to be a welcome break from the horrors of the airship crash and deadly lowlands that they've been traveling in. Making friends, plundering chasms, they even got invited to dinner by the town's rumored bad guy, Brett Brookstone, who welcomed the party as honored guests and introduced his family.
Wow!
Can't stay.
Please cut that, Thomas.
I'm the worst!
Don't do it.
I can't help it.
Oh, this is going to take so much work.
However, the pleasant evening was cut short as the town sheriff, Field Warden Merrick, arrived to inform the party that something had happened back at the inn that they were staying at. Sadly, Sister Yusuf and Brother Corin, two priests of Siaska, that the party had helped save from the airship, and the caretakers for a young girl called Valor, had been killed.
Trump's laughing now, so that burp has to stay in.
Well, it doesn't.
It does, because now it doesn't make sense.
With Valor,
And now we're talking about
it could just make Trot an absolute dick. With Valor missing.
Really sad, horrible moment here, guys!
Yep. With Valor missing, the party quickly realized she'd been kidnapped by a tall Goliath who had the ability to travel through shadows. You secured horses, made off in quick pursuit, eventually giving up the horses and the road to delve into the looming forest of the Iron Weald. However, on the trail, Quill spots a figure looming ahead, and as Sentry sent Echo to investigate, the Guardian's companion was sadly destroyed. And the very last thing we see is the last image that Echo has is of this tall, grey-skinned, tattooed Goliath with a long, barbed chain, kind of swinging this weighted end, slamming it into Echo. As it breaks apart, the rest of you see Sentry stagger back, clutching her head as this kind of psychic energy erupts. Did you take that 4
I
damage?
took the 4 damage.
Perfect. And that is where we begin today.
Damn.
So,
Anger.
what would you like to do? This figure is no more than maybe 100 feet sort of in the forest ahead of you, directly ahead of you. I'm assuming you're all kind of crouched down or you're kind of all hidden behind
Trying to be
trees at this
stealthy.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Sentry has this moment.
Yeah. So,
So we know there's 4 of them.
yes, you knew that 4 had left Rose Hall, yes.
Did we? I guess we saw Sentry. I guess we would have heard the chain as well.
You probably would hear like the smash and splintering, and then you just, I mean, the main thing is you just hear Sentry's like screaming as she's like screams as she holds her head.
Oh, so she's like giving away the position.
Yes,
there.
like-
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's
So you
like,
got it, they
it's,
know.
I mean, I don't want to speak for Sentry, but I'm assuming like there would be some sort of audible cry,
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
so-
know that Echo is destroyed.
Yeah.
You instantly know, you feel this loss of connection.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so what would anyone like to do?
Companion. He's gone.
Anybody doing anything immediately?
I'm mad.
Okay.
Sentry,
I'm real mad, and I want to. Yeah.
what happened?
I'm mad as
You okay?
No, I'm not okay. Echo's gone. Echo's.
Shh. I'm sorry. What? What do you mean Echo's gone?
He's there. He killed Echo.
He killed Echo.
Echo's gone.
Who killed Echo?
He was the shadow. He was there.
The tall man.
It's really close.
Well, we've caught up to him at least. Now
They
what do
may
we do?
now know we're here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sentry.
We have to fight.
We have to fight. I'm ready.
So Quill, with this momentary distraction, when you glance back, you were the one that initially saw him ahead of you. You look back now, and he has vanished.
Oh,
Shadows?
yeah, probably the shadows. I think he might have just teleported away. I think we need to chase him.
How? How do we chase that which...
Well, he's the only one that, as we know of, can, warp through shadows and stuff. The other 3 that he's with, I don't think they can, so we can chase them.
Birdie,
Yeah?
there's shadows everywhere.
Yeah, but
Yes, the canopy of the Iron Weald. It's quite a overcast day, and the canopy of the Iron Weald is very thick. So even though it's daytime, it's like it's like early morning. There is still quite a lot of shadows in between the trees, the rocks, the hills.
Yeah. Well,
is a-
I and Echo saw him, but we didn't see Vala. So Vala must be with the other 3. And as far as we're aware, they can't teleport through shadows.
But he could teleport just in front of us and destroy us. Sorry, I don't want to bring it up again. But
Do we have a light source?
You can, if you have them, yeah. If you have like torches or lights or spells, you can all use that.
he's gone, right?
Well, I suppose, but if you're worried about him,
Let's recover
appearing-
Echo. Get Echo back or something. Can you do something about Echo?
I can't fix him right now.
But we can pick him up, right?
We can try to, and whatever's left of it, if I can find it.
If you're worried about the shadows, use your lights to just light up any shadows.
Immediately, I would cast lights and start spinning them violently around the party.
Oh, well, that's brilliant. That's just lit us up like a big glowing target.
Yeah, also the other thing, Nova, I think you'd be the one to pick up on this. Whilst the lights are indeed kind of dispelling shadows immediately around you, as the lights are moving, they're causing longer shadows to stretch out from the trees and things like that because they're providing a direct light source that then creates a more firm shadow behind things like trees and rocks. And as he's spinning them, these are constantly shifting as well.
That's better.
I hate to point this out, but you're making larger shadows.
What do you mean?
Look.
Light doesn't do that.
Look over there, and I point, and it's like, look, as it passes, then the shadow is longer. It's longer.
Yeah, no,
And
he's right about that.
spiders.
Snuff them out.
Okay.
What?
So what's the plan?
How do you stop a shadow?
How flammable are these trees?
Very.
Whoa, hang on. I mean, we can't just set fire to the entire forest. Vala's in here, and that's the way we're here.
Let's go pick up Echo first and then go from there.
I mean, okay.
It's just over there, right?
Yeah.
I suppose. I think we should get Echo and then immediately, we know they're close by. The other three, as I said, they can't just disappear in a shadow.
Either they'll come to us or we'll find them.
At the very least, we'll find Vala.
Let's make a circle and face outwards at all times. And I'll put dancing lights in the middle so there's no shadows behind us.
But no, if there's if the lights are behind us, the shadows will be in front of us.
Yes, but then he'll always be in front of us.
I suppose that's a good idea.
It's a better idea than what we currently have.
Yeah.
But I think we've already know that he can only move through shadows, not just see a shadow and just.
Birdie, I'm
that
an
one.
intellectual. I think I've got this covered.
Okay.
Okay.
Up to you.
So what's the plan? You're gonna go to where Echo last was and try and recover Echo's
Except
remains.
we're pointing in each cardinal direction.
So you're going to move as like a little unit.
Like a
So-
crab.
No, I mean, joking aside, you can move in a formation, the four of you, where you're basically keeping your backs to each other. You're going to use dancing lights to keep the middle of you lit up.
So what I'm doing with the dancing lights, because I've got 4 of them, right? So I'm putting them vertically in a column, so
Okay.
they end up really high.
Yep.
And can I roll an intelligence check for Lucius?
I mean, no, this trick, whatever Chris Trott can think of, I think you can do.
Excellent. We've got the same intelligence. So high up, the shadows would be shallower.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to stack a vertical column and then keep the lights high up.
Yes.
Okay. So that
Or spread them.
create shallower lines.
Yes, so
Okay.
the
You
shadows
still
are
have the
closer.
natural light creating shadows as well, but this is more to keep it from directly around
Yeah.
you, right? Okay. So yeah, you're kind of moving ahead in this formation with each one of you kind of like keeping like a field of view, so that if this person or the group try and get behind you, you'll have an easier time of seeing them. And yeah, you eventually make your way to the area where Echo was unfortunately destroyed. And you can see it's a series of trees and a few rocky outcroppings, and it's near the remnants of a campfire and 2 bedrolls, or no, 3 bedrolls that were laid out on the ground. If you guys would like to place yourselves, so if we go to the map, so you guys are up here, so put yourselves in that 4 square formation.
I suppose Sentry would be taking the front.
Yeah, you
Of
can do
the
that, something like
formation.
that. So you guys start moving your way up, and as you do notice that obviously things like the dancing lights, it will cause the shadows to shift and move around. So like where these load of shadows here were, they now kind of stretch out this way.
Okay.
Oh, you've actually drawn shadows on the map. Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
interesting.
Why
Why
is that
That's
interesting?
interesting.
So as you do, like the shadows do begin to warp and form. I might not be able to do this every single time.
Okay, we get it. So wherever we are, the shadows are kind of
So
behind.
as you start moving towards, I do need everybody to roll initiative.
Of course you are. Oh, fun.
With a brand new Aerois dice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's do that for
First roll.
I'll do that.
Sure.
Wow.
Feeling good.
Hopefully it's a good sale for the public.
14.
So
It's a
14.
solid
so
middle.
Total, was it
14?
14? Lucius?
I rolled a 10.
No.
10.
10? Quill.
11.
And then Sentry. Initiative.
9
Plus 1.
plus 1, 10.
10.
That's a very middle of the road initiative.
Okay. So, as you begin making your way up, Quill, you're desperately trying to keep an eye out and using, even with your passive perception, unfortunately, you don't see this coming due to certain rolls. However, you at the last second, you see a form begin to emerge out of the shadows cast by a tree just to the side. This large, hulking figure, grey-skinned, no hair, but you can now see kind of like metal studs embedded into the skull, and red veins crawling up their neck and along their arms, just kind of pulls himself in a very swift motion, literally pulls himself out of the shadows along the ground, swinging this large train. And you can see these dead eyes look around at all four of you as he just kind of grins, and you can see his teeth have been filed into fangs, like jaws of teeth.
Why would he do that?
How's he swinging
This
a whole
spiked
train?
chain, he sees the four of you,
Oh, I'm
but he
close
doesn't
to
necessarily have an idea of all of your abilities yet. So the spiked chain, this weighted end, you can see it has two ends. One is bladed and one is weighted, like with a heavy weight. The weighted end swings out towards Quill.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, can I
If you've got any epic battle music, Sam, now's the time.
I looked at the group, saw a one-armed bird, and thought, yeah.
Would a
that's the one.
15 hit Quill?
Yes, it would. Barely.
You got really sad
Protect.
music after that, Sam.
Oh, you want to impose disadvantage?
Yes, please.
Within 5 feet, yeah, protection.
Still a 15. So Quill, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and also this chain wraps around you, sealing your arms. You are currently grappled, and you need to use your movement to escape. But you can see he's wrapped this weighted chain around one end. He will then take a small step forward, and you can see, in fact, actually no, he'll just take a step to the side. You can see he's got about 10 foot of reach with this chain, and then the bladed end comes screaming towards Sentry.
Oh, wow.
16 to hit Sentry.
That
your
is not
AC?
enough. 18.
So you bring up the shield or something
Yeah.
like that. The shield just knocks this kind of like bladed thing, and you can see him kind of grunt. He's just like, "Argh," and then he whips it back into his hand, catching it freely. And as he yanks, you kind of almost feel yourself pulled a little bit,
Jeez,
Quill.
okay.
Right.
He's then going to try that again against Sentry.
What?
Multi-attack?
That's 3 attacks. That's going to be a 25 to hit Sentry.
Oh, do you think that hits?
So that's going to be 6 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and he is going to knock you prone with that.
Oh, cute, man.
So this one, he actually hooks it on your leg, and you feel this kind of bladed thing hook into the wooden fibers of your body. It yanks it, and as it does, it kind of pulls you to the floor.
God damn.
Damn.
And then he's just going to turn. He's just like, "You should run now before I fill my hunger."
No way, Jose.
Lucius,
No.
you're the first one to react to this. He's currently got Quill grappled, and then he's just knocked Sentry on her ass. And you can see him like spinning this thing.
What armor is he wearing?
He is wearing studded leather, it looks like. Dark leather. Almost pitch black, like dyed black leather.
I'm going to
With
duck
studs.
down using Sentry's large body as a sort of quarter cover.
Okay.
She's got a shield there.
Yeah. So you're gonna like lay down next to Sentry.
Not lay down, but like kneel down.
Okay, you won't
ducking.
get cover necessarily, because she's like prone, she's on her back.
You're using her as a meat shield.
I mean,
A wood shield.
a wood shield.
So Sentry is currently, so if you wanted to try and get cover, you'd need to literally be like laying down next to her.
All right, I'll prone it.
Okay, so you
Okay.
voluntarily go prone.
What?
I've still got my movement,
Yep,
so I'm going to go prone.
yep.
I'm going to cast Melf's Acid Arrow.
Okay, so you kind of lean up and...
What?
Okay.
Melt's acid arrow.
I've done
Yes.
it before once.
Is that what it's actually called? Melt.
That's nice. It's a little like... Little zoom thing over
14.
here.
14
Nice.
does hit.
Oh, shit in my mouth. That's great. 4d4 acid damage
Nice.
and 2d4 at the end of its next turn.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me of that though.
10.
Okay, 10. Okay, so this streak of globule of acid, and I checked my own rules, by the way. Your dichromancy, it can be any creature within range. It doesn't have to be a different target. So we've been doing that slightly wrong. That's my fault.
There's been a lot of combat doing that.
Yeah. So your
could've killed
dichromancy
the
you can
carrot.
use, because this is an acid spell.
So that is a d...
So I believe it's charisma mod plus something. Check on your.
Yes,
Maybe
you're
this
right.
guy owns the cat.
Charisma 3.
So it just does 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's vengeance.
I'm going to double check though, because
Leather
it's been a little while.
Leather vengeance.
Equals the level of his spell plus
Because he
my
wears
level
leather.
plus
Oh, it is OPG.
charisma modifier. So
Okay. So 3 plus
3
3.
plus 3, 6.
6. So total of 16. So you watch as this globule of acid, Lucius throws it out. Oh yes, thank you, Sam. Arvel Dagos is with them as well.
Shall I roll?
There was just a message on screen that said, chat are freaking out.
Chat.
Arvil, but spelled like Arvil Levine, which I
Yeah.
think is hilarious. Luckily, I rolled a 3 for him, chat, so he's going last.
Yeah.
I just like that Arvel like Genji. Arvel is with you.
So you watch as Lucius kind of drops down next to Sentry, leans over a body, points his little focus in his hand. This like what does it look like? Like an acid or like
An arrow that literally just comes out, glowing green, and it maybe leaves a trail of like acid.
As it hits him, it begins to pit his skin, and you can see little pock marks of burning. But he just kind of looks down. It's like, you are wise to take cover, little mage, but I'll deal with you next.
Well, that's good.
End of your turn.
I'm gonna crawl in as close as I can to Sentry.
Yes. Okay.
Make myself as small
Sure.
as possible.
You can have some cover.
There,
He will still have advantage to
We're
hit.
going to get through this
Quill.
together.
We will.
Right, so
Do this.
I'm terrified.
the chain that he has wrapped around me,
Yes.
is it wrapped around his arm as well?
He's holding it. It's
Okay.
not wrapped around his arm. You can see these bulging muscles, and he's holding this chain. And the weight is kind of like, it's all knotted and tied up. Like, you'll have to wriggle free.
So
unless you have a spell
I
or
have an
unless you have an
interesting
ability.
question for
Sure.
you. I have lightning lure,
Right?
and he's holding a metal chain.
Yes.
Could I cast it on the chain?
Yes, I will give him disadvantage.
Okay, in that case,
If it's a saving throw or advantage
I'm
on the
gonna-
attack roll.
my movement, I'm going to spin like crazy out of this chain, and in the spin,
Well, you're going to make a check for that. And that's going to be an acrobatics check.
is that? Oh, I thought it was
To
just
escape the chain, it's you have to make an action or a movement action. I'm going to say on this one.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
Okay. 9.
So you spin, but the chain is kind of wrapped over itself, and you just end up getting caught, and you're still grappled by this
Well,
thing.
I was hoping it was going
So
to
your
be
movement
much
is
cooler.
currently 0.
Okay, cool. I'm still contained in this chain.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another interesting question for you.
Sure.
If I'm casting lightning lure
Yes.
and I cast it on the chain that is wrapped around me, will it damage me?
Yes. Not for the full damage. I won't have to do the full damage to you, but you'll take a little bit. But I'll also give you either advantage if it's an attack roll or disadvantage on a saving throw.
Okay, fine. I am going to cast lightning lure on the chain.
So you grab it with your claw.
Yeah, and the target succeeds a strength saving throw. I guess the chain.
I will give him a disadvantage on that. Strength saving throw, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's a problem.
Well, the first roll was a natural 20. My second roll was a 17. So that's 21.
So I can't even pull the chain.
No.
You mean the lightning arcs down it, and normally the spell is like you literally lash out with like a lasso of lightning and then pull the target to you.
Yeah.
But with this, he just kind of grunts, using his strength to like wrench it free or causing I guess like he kind of grabs the chain, flicks it to the side, and the lightning kind of arcs off into the ground. You don't take any damage either, though.
No, nor does he.
Yeah.
So I basically just did nothing that turn. Damn it!
You look.
Damn it!
I
that
rolled
could've
really
looked
well.
So cool.
I rolled really well. I'm
That would have
sorry.
been the moment. Everyone would have looked back and said,
Any
"Hey,
bonus
remember that
actions you'd
time?"
like to do?
I've just done a spell, so I guess
Yes.
as a bonus action, I can't do another spell.
No, unless you have an ability that lets you cast a cantrip as well. But you could Bardic Inspiration, or you could use like Channel Divinities if you have them and stuff like that as well.
Channel
If
Divinity.
they are a bonus action, I don't know.
What are the reaction rules again? If I've done an action already, like this.
So you
round.
get everybody gets one reaction per turn.
Okay, an opportunity attack counts as that as well.
An opportunity attack would count as that, yes.
Excellent. Now I'm going to proceed to try and fit this up my nose.
No!
I am not going to do anything.
You're not going to do Bardic Inspiration or anything? Okay. Sentry and Nova. So I guess probably makes more sense. Nova is more agile, so you'd go first and then Sentry.
One question.
Yes.
Would heat metal work on the studs in his head? Or are they more decorative?
You don't think they would have the full effect.
Okay.
They would
They're
cause
metal.
minimal damage.
In which case, I would like to do two things. I want to cast Hexblade.
Same with the studs on his leather armor. Like,
Okay.
it's not
Yeah.
quite enough to cause it.
I
Like,
just thought,
yeah.
heat his brain up.
yeah.
Good idea.
I would like to cast Hexblade Curse on him,
Okay.
which does various things. But also, can I please cast Suggestion?
You can. So, first of all, Hexblade Curse. So, just remind me what that one does. I think it's plus 2
so
damage.
that adds +2 to my damage rolls. I get a crit hit on 19 or 20, and when he dies,
you get
If he
hit points
dies, I
back.
get 5 hit points back.
If he dies, I like that. And that lasts a minute, and it's not concentration, so you can just keep that up. Okay, perfect. And then suggestion, wisdom saving throw, I'm guessing. And what are you saying? What are you suggesting?
I suggest you stop fighting.
Okay. When you cast the spell, so mark it off. You watch as his eyes kind of turn to you, and you see the spell. You're kind of like, what is it, like a vibration in the air or something to signify that you've
Yeah, I
cast
think
something?
you see like a kind of slight blue glow in the air.
And it hits him, and you see these red veins going all up and down his neck just pulse. As the spell kind of hits him, his eyes go white for a second, the red veins pulse, and the charm means nothing. He just looks at you, he's like, little mage, don't try and get in my head. I've got enough in there already.
Oh dear. And then can I use my movement to just duck behind this boulder?
Yeah, it says choose a manufactured metal object such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium armor that you can see. So I'm going to say that the studs aren't enough.
Cool.
And then you use your movement to back off,
Just
yeah?
to hide behind the boulder.
Okay.
I am not in the shadow.
Yep. Okay.
Not yet.
Yet.
Sentry.
Hello. I would like to cast Thunderous Smite on this
So
SOB,
you
please.
cast that on your axe. So
Yeah.
you
I'm
what,
gonna
like
like
fuel your energy into it.
feel like my eyes going to glow bright purple
Look,
and fuel my axe.
I stutter sometimes. Stop laughing at me.
Yes.
I don't make fun of you.
They do.
All the time.
So what does it look like? You just like channel
Just,
the
like,
energy?
My eyes like glow really bright purple, and the axe starts glowing like with purple energy, and I just like bang it on my shield.
Nice.
I like the sigil of
Yeah,
Solvin
just
maybe
like,
glows a little bit and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm mad.
Okay. And then what, you want to get up and move up towards
I
him?
wanna get up and move
So
towards
it's
him.
half your movement to stand up.
Yep.
And then you've easily got 15 feet to just
But where are you going?
leaving Lucius on the ground.
It's like a
It'll be
little
fine.
turtle.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so you charge up towards him, bringing the axe to
Yeah.
bear. Yep.
Ready to go.
Yeah, give me an attack roll.
Attack roll.
D20.
D20
Plus your bonus.
plus my bonus is 1d8 plus 3.
That's the damage.
Oh,
So it's
damage.
so you see on the attack. Yeah, go to actions. So the
Plus
first one is your
five.
attack
Plus
bonus.
5, so 17.
So that's going to hit, and now you would roll the damage, and then
Plus
thunderous
three.
or whatever your smite damage does as well.
2, that's 5.
So that's 5 for your base damage.
And then extra 2d6 of thunder damage.
Oh, bam.
2d6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tasty.
Nice.
5.
So that's another 5.
And then he has to roll a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from me or knocked prone.
Okay, so a couple of things happen.
I'm attached to him.
Oh, yeah, you
Oh
are.
yeah! Hi! Well, you might be flying away.
Okay, so you watch as he sees you come in. You can see with the trained skill of obviously an expert warrior. He twists his body to anticipate you coming.
Right.
He can't really stop the blow, so you just see him for a moment tense and seem to focus, and his grey skin takes on like a stonish appearance. That the blow hits him, he doesn't go anywhere, and what would have been a really impressive blow into his chest just seems to be absorbed by this stone. And
Cool.
luckily, it doesn't look like he can do that again. Like you can see him like
Okay.
kind of stagger and like
Okay, cool.
like kind of takes a breath. Anybody who's watching will know he's a Goliath, and therefore he
Yeah.
has this racial ability.
Stone's
So-
endurance, right?
Can
Stone's
I
endurance.
usually I'll have my movement to move back.
You could, but he would get an attack against you.
Okay, alright.
Because he'd get an attack opportunity if you move out of his threat range.
Okay, can I just like raise my shield up and
Yeah, so you can like, you just get ready.
ready,
Yeah, absolutely. So he kind of like, he kind of stutters for a moment and kind of backs off. He eyes you a bit more warily now. After sentries go, Arvaldagus.
Yes, Arvel.
I forgot to get a miniature for him. Let's see.
Do the D4.
He's the default.
He is the D4. Arvil would have actually moved over to about here.
Oh, he's just run like the total.
He's not running. This was when you first started.
Some
He
range.
moves over, gets some cover, and then he brings up Evangeline, his crossbow.
Evangeline.
I'm just going to quickly need to get his stats.
I love Arvel. Getting range.
Wait, what?
So the ranger's getting range.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea for a ranger to do
It's
that.
like in the name.
Yeah, it's like mind blown.
Who'd have thought?
No, God.
Mind blown.
Alright, I'm not going to take too long.
Firing this thing point blank this whole time.
That is something Chris Trott would do. Though.
Point
I don't
blank
know.
crossbow.
Stand there.
Yeah.
Right,
Pew, pew.
Cool. I'm going to stats here. Okay.
Oh, man.
These
So-
crossbows are brutality.
Takes a shot.
Yeah.
Natural 20 on his first attack.
Nice.
That's a natural
Good
20.
old Arvel. Thanks for turning up.
Okay, let me roll a couple of things for him here.
Sorry, we forgot about you, Arvel.
Fucking 10 damage. Jesus Christ, Arvel.
Wow.
Good boy.
Ranger OP.
Yeah, man.
He's not a ranger. He's literally like a scrub. You see the crossbow bolt fold. I'm going to make a saving throw for this Goliath character. He passes, no injury.
Oh yeah, injury. Wait, he's taking injury check.
Yeah, he is taking injury checks.
Is it? Has it been his go yet?
No, it's still Arvel's go because Arvel. So Arvel fires the shot. You see it hit, and he kind of like it gets slammed backwards by this heavy crossbow bolt, and you just hear a. That's for you, Sif, you son of a bitch! And then he's like, you see like Arvel like getting ready with a second shot as he flips Evangeline over to its second barrel. It is now, however, his go.
At the end of his turn, it's 2
At the end of his turn, is it? Okay, cool. So, he's going to do a couple of things. Whilst he has Quill grappled, he's going to make an attack against him which has advantage. That's going to be a 23.
Okay. Yeah, 23 hits, 13 doesn't.
Okay. That's 10 more points of bludgeoning damage as you're crushed, as he tightens the grip of it. And then a red energy cascades along the chain, and you take another 10 necrotic damage. As you feel your life force being drained out by this chain.
I collapse.
And with that, he just whips the chain back, releasing you from the grapple.
It just pulls it. My like unconscious body just spins.
As
around
he's
the-
still partially in the shadow, after that attack, he vanishes over here.
Oh shit.
Oh, so he.
You
does-
see him like, he's still got
Immediate.
1 foot in the shadow of the tree, and as he looks at you, he kind of swipes his arm, you raise the shield, he steps back into the shadow and drops as if it was a hole, and reappears like, vroom, popping out onto the other shadow.
2d4 acid.
It's not the end of his turn, I'm afraid.
Still going.
Lucius, as he is now, he would need to step a little bit out of the thing to attack you with the other chained attacks. So this is with advantage because you're prone. That's a 23.
Jeez.
Just slipped in there.
That's only 6 points of damage, but you are now also grappled as this chain wraps
Oh,
around
it's got
you.
me.
Yep.
Oh shit.
And then he makes another attack, this time with advantage again, because he has you grappled. That is a 17.
Yeah.
You've got no shield or anything like that? Oh no, you've got shield, haven't you, Nova?
Yes, me.
So that is going to be another 7 points of bludgeoning, and then you watch as this red energy begins to cascade.
This is fucking brutal.
Only 3 necrotic. I rolled really badly. As he's just like,
I'm only at 3 HP.
you shouldn't have messed with me. And you just hear this kind of deep voice kind of graveling out.
I didn't want to. Frankly.
You made the mistake of coming after me.
But you're a brute.
Et tu, Brutes?
At the end of his turn, he takes how much?
2d4.
Roll it for me.
Acid. 4. 2.
6. You can see the acid beginning to burn away, but he finally takes the last thing he does is he just grabs his hand, like swipes all the acid off, stopping it from burning his skin.
Now he's got a
Lucius.
burning hand.
I'm going to get up.
By all means.
I'm grappled, aren't I? So I'm kind of in chains trying to get up.
Yeah. You can get up, but, well, no, technically restrained. Your speed is 0. So you can get up, but you just can't go anywhere.
Can't go anywhere.
Yeah, you can kind of like hobble to your knees and then stand up. But
Okay. What I'd like to do, please, DM.
Yes.
Oh, merciful DM.
yes.
Beautiful DM. Looking radiant today.
I am neutral. You know I'm going to be
Looking
as
really
neutral
good
as
though.
possible. It doesn't matter what you say. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and acid splash the chain.
Okay.
Thus trying to break it.
You want to try and break, so you grab and like you're going to try and burn
Focus
through
all
it.
my acid splash on it.
Okay.
And then my dichromancy on it again.
Okay.
Straight from my hand.
Sure. Okay.
Somewhere.
I'm gonna roll 3d6 to determine the chain's hit points. Okay. It will have resistance to some things, but I don't think it'd be resistant to acid. So sure, roll me an acid splash damage. You don't need to make an attack roll. This is just purely to see if you can hit it.
4
4 points.
of acid.
You melt huge chunks of it, but these are thick chains, and it looks like there's like almost the chains are resistant to the acid, but it's burning through. Not enough to break it though.
Can my Dichromancer do an extra 6?
It's Acid Splash is a cantrip. It has to be a first level spell or higher for Dichromancy.
Yes, I knew that.
You have a bonus.
close.
Can you do anything as a bonus action?
It's a bonus action. I would
Soil
like
yourself?
to soil myself.
Again.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can do anything.
Well, it's Nova's go, so just think what you want to do, Kim. If you know what you want to do while Kim's looking at.
So he's still wrapped in the.
You can see like Lucius grabs the chain and is melting the weighted end off, but it doesn't quite snap.
Can I use my movement? What's the length on his chain?
About 10 feet. It's currently like taut.
I'm gonna try running.
You can't move. Your speed
can't
is
move at
zeroed.
all?
No, your speed is zeroed. Like it's got you like wrapped around your legs and your arms. You can like wibble. You can wobble. That's about it.
I'm just gonna drop to the floor. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stay still.
Okay.
End of my turn.
End of your turn. Nova.
I want to heat metal, but it'll hurt Lucius.
It would hurt Lucius.
Does it heat the entire metal?
Yeah, so it would
Heats the entire
heat
weapon
the whole
or
thing,
the armor.
and then everyone who's touching it takes 2d8 fire damage,
Oh, okay.
which I think would knock
Which
him
would be
down.
enough to
Yeah.
wipe out
Yeah.
Lucas?
I've got 3 HP.
Yeah.
What? How do you? Oh,
Also, things like you wouldn't
got
really be
range.
getting the full benefit of your Hexblade Curse because you don't make an attack roll with it, so
Yeah.
you won't get the crit chance.
Okay.
Little tip, pro gamer tip.
MLG.
Check out Tabletop Weekly for more tabletop D&D tips.
Nice. Nice.
What would you like to do, Nova? So you can see Quill unconscious behind, like next to you. Sentry, her blow seemingly unfazing this creature. Lucius desperately trying to melt this chain that's sapping the life force out of him. You can see this red energy being drawn out of him. What does Nova do?
Can I Eldritch Blast the chain to try and finish?
You will need to try and hit it. Lucius had the benefit of he could just grab it because it's right next to him. You'll be aiming for a very thin chain. It will be a hard hit. I'm going to give it a high AC.
If I move up next to it, would that make
You
it
could
easier?
melee attack it, but it
Melee
might.
attack,
Yeah, you'd have to melee attack it if you wanted to be. But against a range attack, I'm going to give it a pretty high AC.
I will melee attack it.
Okay, so
with
you'd go.
Gatlin's hammer. So
Okay, well,
I
with
have
Tiangong
Yeah.
formed. So you go 1, 2,
Tian Gadwin.
Yeah. So you move up to there,
Oh,
and then you
nice
bring like a
shot.
little dagger.
Nice.
Oh, look
Oh
at that.
wow!
You'd
So
bring
was
the
that-
dagger out.
How many feet?
So that was
left
like
to
20
me?
feet, I
20
think.
So I've still got 10-foot movement.
So you bring out little dagger Tiangong, and then thunk, try and clink it down. So give me a melee attack with Tiangong, please.
Melee attack.
So this is to see how well you can hit it, to see if you can cause enough damage.
So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay, you hit it, roll damage for me. So this will be a d4 plus your, I think, plus 5, I think.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, so you watch Nova dash up. She pulls out this shortened version of Tiangong, this little dagger. You kind of raise it in both hands and you just aim for where the point is weakest. And you're not really much of a combatant, so at first you don't really know what you're doing, but you feel that pull of Tiangong going where it thinks it needs to go and guiding your body with it. And the point of the dagger just hits exactly where the metal is beginning to pit and burn, that Lucius burnt it. As it hits, you see this pulse of purple energy at the very tip, and it does enough to just ting and break the chain. You're still wrapped up, Lucius, but the chain is no longer connected to the thing, and you kind of stumble back. It would be much easier to escape because you just have to like get it off you now. And you can see this man, this Goliath, looks at the chain and then looks at you and begins spinning this bladed edge. That's your movement and action. You have 10 feet of movement and a bonus action left.
In another
So the other
universe.
end.
The weighted end has gone, but he still has
The blade.
he still has the bladed end.
Okay.
I'm going to adjust his stats so that he can't do certain things anymore and stuff like that.
In
So yeah,
another
very good.
universe, you can hear a load of people chanting, "Break the chains."
Trains.
Weird.
Think of that, yeah.
So strange.
Can I use my action just to move back 10 feet?
Yeah. Yep. Where are you going?
Just back away.
Okay.
5, 10. Is that alright?
Yep. So you go there. Okay.
And I don't think I can.
That's the rest of your turn. Sentry.
Cool. I can see you, and I know you're down on the ground. I can do lay hands on you, but I know that as long as I'm still standing, I can still heal you. So I think if you're still down, he's not going to pay attention to you.
Right.
So
You don't need to explain. You do what you want to
yeah.
do. Whatever you want to do. What would Sentry do?
Essentially wants to attack. Sentry attack.
Sentry's thinking.
She protect,
She is
but she
I
also
protect, but I
attack.
also
She isn't
attack.
protect at the moment. She's full attack.
Yeah?
Full
Yeah,
attack.
if you want to charge him and go
I
for
want
it.
to be like, how do you like it? I want to try and ensnaring strike this dude and be like, right, you wrapping my friends up?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So is that a cast on the weapon one again?
Yeah, so cast it on my
Your
my,
axe, and then
again.
you turn around, and then you go 5, 10,
I
15,
said drop
20,
by.
25. Yeah, within striking distance, make a melee attack against this guy.
Yeah. Try and wrap him up with this purple energy that comes out of my axe.
Nice.
So let's try. I got 17.
With the same attack roll, so I believe this is just.
And it does one
Yeah,
extra
the next time you hit a
D6.
creature. Yep. So 17 plus your attack bonus for your axe.
There's 5, so that's 20.
Easily hits.
22.
Yep. Definitely hits this guy. The axe just carves into his stone grey flesh this time.
Nice.
So it's a D8 plus your damage bonus,
plus
and then a
damage
D6
bonus.
for the ensnaring strike.
Nice.
I think the ensnaring strike is D6 at the end of his turn.
The D6 is at the start of each of its turns.
Okay.
It takes a D6
So-
piercing damage.
Okay, D8. So roll the D8
D8
plus.
I don't want to be like that, but I
6.
think you also have to do a save.
I think you do have to do a save as well. And
Yes.
you
Strength
have,
saving throw.
Yeah, and you have advantage because you're a big dude.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, I'm just
the problem is
playing
these purple energies, go to kind of grab him and tie him up as you've done. He just kind of grins, flexes, and just like purple energy just breaks and snaps around him. I'll deal with you soon, metal woman. But I've got something to take care of with your friend.
I didn't mean it.
And these fangs, these sharp, filed teeth just grin.
Nova's just going to look terrified.
that it?
Absolutely terrified.
Anything else you want to do?
Is that all my movement left?
You have 5 feet,
5 feet left.
so you could like take a side step.
Yeah, I'll
but-
take a side step.
Yeah.
And
So
just
you kind of like.
ready myself. Try and get in a protective position.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's Sentry's go. Arvoldagus.
Come on, Arvel.
So you can see him ready, Evangeline.
Evangeline.
This time it's not enough. He's like trying to track it, but as you step in front of him and you can see him looking at Quill, who's down, he takes the shot, but it just glances off this guy's back, kind of like a skimmed shot. And now he has the task of having to reload Evangeline, and you can see him beginning to do that. He kind of glances over, he's like, I'll deal with you later, dwarf.
This guy's got snappy comeback for everything.
If I'm going to be out of combat, I'll play rules boss.
Yeah, sure.
Should I have made an injury check?
Constitution saving throw.
At the
please.
same time, I think I skipped my turn. Do I need to make a death save?
Did I skip your
Oh
turn?
my
Yeah,
God.
I did, yeah. Man, I just skipped over you because I was like, no, he's dead now.
So, according to High Roller
So
stats
let's
on
do
Twitter,
death saving throw first.
Death saving throw first,
Yes.
but I was knocked down first.
True. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So injury check first. So Constitution saving throw.
Do you want another inspiration
How
or
much?
something?
How much damage did I deal you? It was.
10. So I had 3 health. The red beam did like 10 damage to me. So it
Right.
was 7 over the amount.
No, but it's the total damage is the.
Oh, the total damage, you did like 20 damage in one attack.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Right. So Constitution saving throw just for the DC.
Okay.
It's half the damage.
So
you take.
according to High Roller's Twitter,
I
the
know.
chance of succeeding another one in this campaign is 0.55%.
Well, that's
You've got
Why
this.
would you do this?
Good luck.
It's cocked. You're on
Is
the,
that
That
you're
is
on
in the middle of the thing.
You're
Don't
on the
roll in
seam
notebooks.
of your notebook.
Don't roll in notebooks.
You're on the seam
Okay,
of your
good,
notebook.
because that was a 1, but a d6 didn't rest on it, and that's how you check. Oh, 18.
Stop rolling on notebooks, for God's sake.
It's
Fuck.
not a
We have a
flat
table.
surface.
19.
Right. No injury. You're knocked down, but the energy doesn't do any lingering injuries. Now a death saving throw.
4, so I failed.
You've got 1 death saving throw.
Still on the notebook. Leave the notebook.
Oh,
alone.
stop it. It makes so much noise.
Do you want to use my tray?
Yes, please.
There you go. There's a nice little tray there for you.
Sentry, I'm sorry. He's going to do the same trick because he's still got 1 foot in shadow.
God damn.
Wow.
Oh, hi.
I just want to smack him in the face all the time.
You can see now he has to get closer. He no longer has the long reach,
So he's
and the weighted
teleported
end's
behind
gone.
Nova for-
And he looks at you. And he's just like, "Big mistake, little blue woman. And he's gonna just slash at you with this chain multiple times.
Oh God. Brutal.
I was wrong about the whole shadow.
First attack is only an 11.
Nope.
Watch me. That is a 19.
Can I cast shield, please?
Does that boost your AC above 19?
Yep, plus 5. So
Until the end of
20.
the turn. So you're currently at 20. That is going to be 20 for the last one.
You son of a gun!
Last one, he just manages to hit you. That's going to be for 11 points of damage. And although it doesn't wrap around you, you can see now the red energy is crackling down the blade instead. And that's going to be another 10. So that's a total of 17.
Jesus.
How much did you say, sorry?
70 damage.
Oh no, it was 11 to start with and then another 10, so 21 total.
Why 2 attacks?
Huh? Well, no, that was the necrotic energy.
Oh, necrotic.
The red energy, as this blade cuts across Nova, it saps away her strength. And that was the last attack, so that was his last attack that hit.
Oh my
That little
god.
face.
I love this guy. He's nice.
Yeah, he is.
Cute.
But that is the end of his go, because that was all 3 attacks. He missed
Thank
the first
God.
one, second one you shielded, and then the third one just hit.
You still standing?
Lucius.
Jeez.
So if you want to escape acrobatics or athletics, and I will make the DC much, much lower, because there's no like...
I combine
tiles.
those 2 scores?
No.
19.
19. You kind of wiggle your way free.
I'm wiggling
and just
towards
slough them off.
Birdie.
Yep, so you can
Birdie!
move. You can move.
What do I do? Big to mouth?
Medicine check?
Start trying to stabilize.
Yeah, medicine check. Unless you have a potion.
No. 13.
13 stabilizes.
Wow,
No
okay.
longer
Wake up!
zero. You're no longer making death saving throws, but you will. If he damages you again, you will continue making them, kind of thing.
Okay, okay.
Can I?
Yes.
I guess that was an action, right?
That was an action.
And I moved 10 feet.
Yes.
Can I drag Quill?
You can drag him half your speed, so you can
So
drag him. You've
10
already
feet?
moved. Yeah, I'd say 10.
Can I pull him just out of line of sight around
Yeah,
this
sure,
rock?
sure. Yeah.
Come here, come on. I grab him by his little
Okay.
talon feet.
Yep. You drag him around there.
Come on, need to get you out of the way.
Don't think you can save your friend.
Stop saying things.
That's the end of Lucius' go. Quill, you are unconscious,
I'm unconscious.
but you are stable. No saving throws
That's
needed.
it. That's my move.
Nova.
I'm guessing I get attack of opportunity. He gets an attack of opportunity if I move away.
If you just move, yes. If you spend your action to disengage, he won't get an attack opportunity against you.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to use action to get away.
Yep.
I want to
Move.
get away from this bad
So you're going to
man.
disengage. You spend
So
your action.
disengage.
So you can spend your action. You can move your normal speed. So you can move 30 feet, and then you could spend another 30 feet to move as your move action.
I'm going to move towards Arvel.
Sure. Yeah, just move yourself.
So-
You've got your movement.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You don't want to step on that big pile of leaves there.
30. No. Why do you do this?
I didn't even notice them.
They leaves.
I don't think I can do anything else.
You've got a move action. You could move again.
Move again.
Yeah, because that was your action to disengage.
Yeah.
Can I just move further away?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if Nova wants to just run for it and just run away, you can absolutely do that.
I don't want to run.
I don't know
away.
how your friends will judge you.
I just want to be within 120 feet of him.
Yeah, if you want to just you want to back up all the way, you can absolutely
Yeah,
just back up all the
just
way.
back up
Yeah, sure.
to like there.
Sure. Yep. So that's Nova's go sentry.
Raffle smite, please.
So you cast Wrathful Smite, you channel some of the last
Yeah.
of your vestige of energy into your axe. And then you're going to charge him again.
Yes,
Turn
head
around.
on.
Swinging the axe. I love it. Go for it. So attack roll.
Attack roll.
Someone needs to do damage on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just don't want him to take my head off.
So,
Or lacerate you to death.
D8 plus 3.
You need to make the attack roll first.
Oh yeah, whoops. 17.
Plus 5, easily
Plus
going to hit.
5, 22.
Oh, nice.
Hits.
Nice.
And then D8 plus 3. 5.
And then what's the effect of
And then
Wrathful
the
Smite?
effect of Raffle Smite
Instant
is
kill,
an
I think.
extra 1d6 of psychic damage, and
Yeah,
then
he's
if
dead.
the target is a creature, you have to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me. until
GG,
the
we did it.
spell ends.
He's dead.
So another d6 psychic damage for me.
Give us the
3.
HP mark.
That's another 8.
Inspiration.
Okay, so you watch as this time the blade connects, the energy flows into him. You see him like startled look at you. He's just like, I'm not afraid of you. I was born in the shadows of a mountain. You think I'm afraid of a creature like you? But you can see like his mind rattled slightly by the psychic damage. Not frightened, sadly, past his wisdom thing.
Rattled will do.
So that is Sentry's go.
Slightly spooked.
Arvel spends his whole turn reloading.
Shook, shook.
At the start of his go, he's going to look at Sentry. He looks over at Nova. Running away, huh?
Yes.
Shame. Means leaving your friend to die. Sentry, you get an attack of opportunity as he steps into the shadows and then appears here.
No.
Attack of opportunity, please.
Attack opportunity.
Kill
So
him.
this is an normal attack, so you just make a
attack.
normal melee attack with your
Okay.
axe.
But kill him at the same time.
16 plus, was it
Your attack round is 521, that's going to
21.
hit. Yep.
Fantastic. And then
So
D8
just
plus
this-
3.
Come on.
5.
Yep. You just clip him on the back and you can see you cut through and his blood is dripping from many of these wounds, but he just kind of grunts with it, steps into the shadows, whoop, whoop, appears next to Lucius and Quill. Quill,
Sentience Echo.
one attack comes down at you.
Does it? That's with advantage, Mark, and it's an automatic critical hit. I think if you're unconscious.
So,
Just to remind you,
yep, I know.
can I have double inspiration, please?
Tom, you're still talking?
I just,
Yep.
Could you not
So-
use your inspiration to
I'm
like...
panicked.
Can you not use your inspiration to like max AC
Can't
it?
do shit.
No.
Because you were stabilized, so
Just at 0, right?
you are still unconscious.
Oh, look at that.
I need to check this. This is quite important.
Beautiful.
So good.
So real. It's like I'm there.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
The horror.
Quill's just on the floor there.
You just killed yourself with a rock.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm afraid that is 2 automatic death saving throws.
What?
No.
2 of them.
It's 2 auto because it is a. If you take any damage while at 0 hit points, you suffer a death saving throw failure. If the damage is from a critical hit, you suffer 2 failures instead. If a creature is unconscious, any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature of which he is. That's 2 death saving throws, Quillak and Kalar. The other 2 attacks, as he does this out of spite. He's not actually trying to kill Quill. He does this as a message to Nova of like, you're gonna run away, are you? Fine. There's your friend dead. Then he turns on Lucius, because Lucius is an immediate threat.
We're acquaintances!
Can I rules boss it again?
Go on.
A crit would make an injury save.
Yep.
Can
Make
he
a
use his inspiration
constitution
at any point right now?
Yeah, if you want
I'm
to.
using my inspiration to stop this.
You have
thing
advantage.
at least.
Do you want to use it now or on your next death saving throw, which could kill you?
I'll use it on my death saving throw next turn. I can face another injury. With Constitution, 9.
I need you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh no.
All right, someone.
If a creature is knocked to 0 hit points multiple times in the same encounter, then the risk of injury increases. Each time a creature rolls on the injury table, it's in each time they roll on the injury table, so you're fine for that.
Someone pick one of these d20s, please.
I am not taking responsibility.
I'm not
Just
taking-
you,
I'm not-
just
No,
pick.
do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Oh, it's gonna
I
have to be this
can't.
one. 3.
Wait, did you roll? No, you didn't roll inspiration.
So the only person who sees this is Lucius. As this wicked kind of bladed grapple
The other wing.
goes down, it catches Quill in the face and gouges out an eye.
What the hell? What? No! My perception!
You have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on and ranged attacks. If both of your eyes are wounded, you are considered blind. So you can choose if it's left or right.
Oh, you can choose.
Oh,
Tom,
yeah,
you can
you
choose.
get a choice.
So Lucius, you watch as this thing just rips the eye and it causes a deep scar all the way down Quill's face. Like this jagged thing. And then 2 bladed attacks come your way. The first of which is an 11 to hit you, Lucius.
Nope.
The second one, wow, I rolled really bad. 14?
Yeah, that will hit.
You've got no ability to resist, have you?
I'm gonna go down.
So that's going to be 6 points of slashing.
I'm down.
Yeah. I mean, he would have done necrotic damage, but you're down anyway, so...
Buddy!
Can you make a constitution saving throw for me, Chris?
Oui,
Chris,
bonjour.
In fact, actually, hang on. I need to work out the DC, so this would have been... Oh my god.
6.
I mean, yeah, the necrotic damage would have dealt...
Shall I lose 9 too?
the necrotic damage would have dealt 17 damage to you.
So that would have been
the number
8.
would have been 20, so you took 6, so it would have been 23, half of that would have been 11, so yeah, you failed. Can you roll a DC? Can you roll a D20 for me, please?
Come on, Aerois dice. Please. 6.
Your part of your leg is torn. Your leg is broken.
Oh my god!
No, we've just
That's an
healed a
awful-
broken leg! We just healed a broken leg!
Sentry and
okay,
Nova.
right?
Nova, you look as this guy just decimates Quill and Lucius and looks at you.
I'm just gonna start crying.
Yep.
She's just gonna start crying.
Lucius, death saving throw, please.
That's
hot.
cocked.
Okay. It was an 8.
That was cocked. It was cocked. It was cocked.
18.
18. One success. Lucius, Quill, I need you to make a death saving throw. Yes, you may use your inspiration.
Can I have another inspiration just immediately after because of how many rules I've reminded you of now?
Possibly.
Come on.
So 2, you can roll twice, take the highest.
Okay, that's 11, so I have succeeded. And a natural 20.
That means you automatically stabilize. In fact, you might go to 1 hit point.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my... So I want to say Siaska, but that's not the one I worship.
Hesper.
Hesper. By Hesper, by Siaska,
I have not had to check this many rules in a while.
I have the power!
Dasher.
Well,
Instantly dies.
Listen.
Dude, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. If you roll a 20 on a d20, you regain 1 hit point.
Oh my god, so both those failures are gone.
But so you come
chance.
awake. I'm going to make a check for him to see if he notices. I'm going to give him disadvantage because he is in combat.
Don't say see it too soon.
Okay. You don't know if he's noticed you or not, but yeah, you kind of feel it, and your eye is completely ruined. It's just covered in blood. You can barely see out the other one, but you are alive.
I see him in 2D.
That's at the end of Quill's go. Nova. You can see that this brute is wounded. You can see dozens of like bloody marks all over his body, and he's kind of got like a boot over Lucius's body, and he's just like swinging this thing now.
She's just like full on crying at this point and
Okay.
just screaming, why?
Yeah.
You don't even know me, why?
Because the hunger compels me.
I'm just gonna hold
deep.
up one hand. She's
Sure.
got no words.
You're holding
Like,
Tiangong in the other.
no words. I'm gonna hold up and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast, but
Mm-hmm.
also, can I green? No, I can't because
Yeah,
it's
it's
not a
an
melee.
action, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So Eldritch Blast.
So I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Sure, give me an attack roll.
It's a 9.
9. But through the tears and the pain, you just can't focus. The energy comes out, but it kind of almost just falls short. It just kind of like dissipates into the air in front of him. Just this emotion kind of like throwing you all over the place, unable to control yourself. You can still move in bonus action if you have anything you'd like to do. You can start moving towards him. You can. What would you like to do? You can make a run for it. Arvel is like kind of trying to give you cover.
I'll start moving closer.
Okay. Yeah. Sentry.
I'm gonna be.
So
I'm
you can see
so
Quill and Lucius
furious.
down, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just. My eyes are just gonna like go black.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge at him full on again. I'm just gonna keep charging at him, trying to hit him, and
Okay.
I want to swing my axe, but try and aim for one of his arms.
Okay.
Wow.
Try and chop one of his arms off.
Oh
You're
my
currently
God.
you're basically at this point.
An eye for an
Sentry
arm.
is stood over Quill and Lucius. You're like literally planting yourself over them.
Yeah.
Just whoosh, swinging the axe. Go for it. Give me an attack
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah. Badass.
Ah, 9.
This time he brings the chain up, manages to wrap it around the axe and swing it to the side. Unable for you to hit. At the end of Sentry's go, Arvel will also move up. Can you move the D4 just closer to behind Nova?
Away from the.
Yeah, he's going to move towards, just moving just behind you. And he's got 2 bolts and he's just like, get away from them! He's got, his accent's
He
gone
says
now.
get away
He
from
says it
them.
in a Texan accent.
Yeah.
An dwarvish accent.
That is 14 just hits.
That's something.
Ooh, 9 points of damage.
Oh, come on, Arvel.
Good boy.
Well, I don't want him to take your thunder, but you can see another bolt kind of like thuds into this Goliath's
Take
leg.
your
Like,
lives. Okay.
you miserable little creature, fight me like a real man. He calls out. That was Arvel's go. His go. He's going to go ham on Sentry. He sees this like figure in front of him,
Bring it
denying
on.
him this kill.
Furious.
All right, first attack is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, sure.
But then this red necrotic energy is going to come out. That's going to be another 5 necrotic.
Oh, that's
standing.
fine. Yep, still standing.
Second attack is... Ooh, that was a 3, 9 to hit you.
No way.
Second attack is a 13.
No.
So, you're just blocking them as best you can. Just stood over them as the two of you are just battling it out now with this frenzy of blades.
Yes.
How cool.
Uh,
So you
Lucius.
took, what, 13?
13 damage, yeah.
That's a net saving throw.
Yeah, it is.
It's a nut. That's what it is. Come on.
That's a fail.
So that's now 2 failures.
Oh, it's 1 success, 1 fail.
1 success, 1 failure, okay. No, sorry, yeah, it was Quill that was on the 2. Quill, you're on 1. You're underneath him.
I'm directly underneath him.
I will say at this point, considering he was attacking Sentry, he does not seem to know you're alive. So if you attack him, you'll have advantage on any attack rolls.
I'm going to Guiding Bolt his arm.
You can do it first or second level.
I'm going to do it at second level.
So from underneath him, you're just going to be like,
Yeah, so I'm going to full power.
You know
Guiding
what, Tom?
Bolt.
You're going to have advantage anyway. I was going to give you inspiration for that.
Okay. Oh, please. This does a lot of damage, by the way.
If it hits, let's hope it hits.
What the hell kind of dice were those? A 10 plus
Your spell attack.
5.
That's enough.
Oh, it is!
So from underneath, what does it look like, the spell? Like you're
So
kind of,
this
your
is-
one eye opens.
This is that one that I used down in Dryad Den. So
Yeah.
it's just that big streak of light. But I guess at level 2 it's even brighter. Even
Where's it?
bigger.
Is it from a hand? Is it from your one good eye?
I think it was that
You kind of created a hand
human
of Hesper, wasn't it?
Yeah, human hand sort of
Like
envelops
enshrouds
the
your
ball,
own. Yeah.
And that sort of launches out.
So underneath him, you just kind of hold it up against his chest. He looks down, huh? Ah! And gets kind of blown back by this radiant energy.
I need 5d6.
Oh,
Wow, this is good.
Tommy
Amazing.
Hazel.
Oh, come on. And also, future attacks have advantage on him.
Very good.
Nice.
Wow.
So 10,
Nice.
13, 16, 19 damage.
Hell yeah.
Yes, 19 whole DiMaggios.
He is staggering. Parts of him have been blown away. He's like barely on his feet as he looks down like, you're supposed to be dead. As he like staggers to his feet, barely alive. Bonus action or move?
I mean, I could, bonus action, scratch him with my talons.
Can you do that as a bonus action? Is that an Arakoba thing?
Unarmed attack. My
But
talons.
it's a special thing you can do as a bonus action.
Yeah,
Because
so
normally you can't-
unarmed attacks are my talons, basically.
Yes, but
But
bonus
is it
but an
a
attack
bonus
is
action?
normally an
Is it-
action.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's
Yeah.
not a bonus.
So, some creatures have abilities where they can make natural attacks as a bonus action, like Tabaxi and stuff. So I didn't know if that was a special thing.
I mean, I cast a spell, but
Yeah, your
I can't do
action's
bonus
being
action,
used.
But I will basically just yell at Sentry, like, now is the time, just to
Yeah.
take him down.
Okay, so
And
bardic
that's
inspiration.
my bardic inspiration.
So you get an extra d6 to your
Yeah.
attack roll, and you'll have anybody has advantage on their attack rolls, by the way.
Fantastic.
And we go to Nova first.
So seeing that Quill has come back,
Yeah, and you can see he's ragged, and now you
Yeah.
probably can see the eye, like it's
And,
just
yeah.
ruined half of his face.
and now that I know that I could help Lucius if I could get to him. I just go, and so he said, "You were supposed to be dead."
Yeah, you're supposed to be dead.
I'm gonna say, "No, it's your time to die," and I'm gonna hold out Tiangong, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
Okay,
So I'll shake.
so what's that for me? Is
Tiangong.
it saving throw or is this an attack roll?
It is succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
He doesn't seem wise.
Wisdom 13.
I don't think he's too wise.
Rolled a 15, and he's got a +1, it's a 16. He just staggers, and you can see these red veins growing up, and he's like, no,
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
take one of you with me, and he begins raising this spiked chain down towards Lucius.
Oh, not Lucius.
Sentry,
I
you'll
say not
go.
Lucius, I would
I'm
have said
gonna
that for
move
anyone.
I'm engaged
It's
him again.
definitely
I'm
not
gonna
him.
try- I'll stop him. I'm gonna
So you
try
have
and end
advantage, so you roll twice, take the highest, and you can add the d6.
it. Okay. So
So
3,
see if you rolled another higher one.
5,
Roll the d6.
8
Plus-
plus 5 is 13.
AC is 13.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
D8 plus 3.
AC is 13.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
6.
6
So,
9 damage.
how do you want to? How
Plus
do you
9.
kill it?
Yes.
How do you kill it? I don't want to steal Matt's. How do you want to
Bring
do
my
this?
axe,
But like,
my
yeah.
axe, and, with both hands, I just slam it
So
down
you
as hard as
just
I
drop
can.
the shield, you
Yeah,
pick up the axe, and you can
both
see
hands.
him. His attention focuses on Lucius as he goes in
Yeah.
for this killing blow. and then you're just like,
Screaming at him.
it just embeds into his forehead. His veins begin to pulse, and they blow out of his body. This kind of black ichor. And you can, this ichor, like the blood that comes out as it hits the ground, his blood almost writhes like some sort of like symbiote or something like that, and then it just melts away into nothing. And his body just falls back, collapses onto his back. Out of interest, a bolt does go flying past where he was, as Arvel had already taken the shot. But yeah, you guys are out of combat. Lucius, however, you are still dying, so he would go before. So give me a dice roll, because if this is, it's a
5 fail.
but that's only 2 failures. I was like, because if that was a 1, that would have been 2.
I would have died.
So then we go to Quill.
I will just roll over, slap a hand on Lucius, and healing whatever the
Cure wounds or healing word?
whatever the big one is.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
You want to do it at second level or first level?
That's touch anyway. So.
Yeah.
First level.
Okay, so
So-
D8 plus wisdom
D8
modifier.
plus 3. 6 health.
6 health, it's enough to stabilize him and get him up. Yeah, and with that, we're out of initiative.
Shit, son.
Actually.
Oh.
Hang on.
What do you mean, actually, are we?
So that would have been his turn. Yeah, what do you guys do?
Just for a technical point, I've healed 5.
Okay, thanks. Just so you know, isn't it? As long as you're tracking it.
Just so you know.
I'm going to do lay on hands. I'm going to use 5 on Quill, 5 on Lucius.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
5. Heal.
So is it like a set amount that you just have to share out?
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
15.
She gets 5 per paladin level, and then Sentry can just go. You have 5. You have 3.
Oh, wow, okay. Oh,
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's like a whole day thing. You don't get any more back and stuff like that until you rest. Anybody else? What are you guys doing? Are you just healing, taking a
I'm
moment,
writhing
taking
in
a
pain.
breather?
I'm writhing in pain because broken leg.
How is Nova? I've got 5 left I can use on Nova.
Wait, half.
I'll put 5 on Nova anyway.
You
as
sure?
Well. Yeah, I'll use it all.
I mean, you're probably lower than that.
Yeah.
Bam, you get that.
Are you
Got
sure?
5. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I do. I really don't know what Quill would do in this situation.
So all 4 of you, I guess, like an Arvel as well, kind of trots up to you. I know you I don't know. Do you guys like just slump against like the ground and the rocks, like catching your
No,
breath
I'm-
from this
I'm just
agony?
gonna be
Agony.
You're just
bawling
riding.
my eyes out, and I'm just gonna throw myself on Lucius and Quill and just
Yeah.
be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't think he'd do that.
Why are we doing this? This is madness.
Arvel is trying to like splint your leg. He's like, "Come on,
No, don't touch it. Don't. Please.
we've got to." I'm losing his
Texas.
voice because I'm like thinking it's like, I'm trying to set it, boy. Like you just gotta give me.
Just focus on Birdie. He got hit in the face.
We're gonna fix y'all up, but we need to focus on what we can do now.
I'm just like patting
Yeah,
Quill's
he's trying,
face.
but like Arvel's not a medic. He doesn't really know what he's doing.
I'm just patting Quill's face, like, Quill, I'm so sorry, I didn't think he would do that.
I don't think he's saying anything. I think he would just be like dead stare, like just completely gonzo for a while.
Just looking up, your one eye, and you see this like
It's on the,
it's like a
like-
real jagged scar, and the eye has been carved through, so it's probably gone milky and sort of like
Yeah,
ruined
it's
now.
like on the right side. So I've got left arm, right eye. This is episode 11.
Yeah.
So just for your
By the
information,
end of this-
Chris Trott, your movement speed is halved. You have disadvantage on dexterity skill checks, saving throws, and any saves against being knocked prone. Like I said, for you, Quill, you have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight and range attacks. I'm probably going to say that's going to affect your passive perception as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'll
Okay.
probably take a -5 penalty to it, so it'll be 15.
On D&D Beyond, I'm going to put the restraint.
I mean, you're still incredibly perceptive.
Yeah, still super perceptive, but
Restraint's pretty much the same thing, right?
Sort of, but yeah, we need to keep it. And I think actually, that's actually 6:30. So I think we're going to take a break now.
yeah,
I think we're going to kind of take a break.
I think we really need to.
decompress, but man, check us out afterwards because as far as you can look around this site, there's no sign of the other 3 kidnappers or Valor. So we'll
Rock
see
bottom.
you after break.
See you later.
turkey.
Hello! Welcome back to High Rollers. Ooh, what a break! They definitely didn't try to murder me after that. Welcome back. That was quite an intense battle you just missed out on, if you're just joining us. But Tom, I know you're really committed.
I'm really committed to the
No.
RP.
You've only got one. You refuse to use your other arm.
Well, I've
can't
never used my left arm this entire campaign.
Please
So I'm
use
going
your
to
left
just stay
arm.
like this now.
No.
Can I take your eye shut?
You did this to me, Mark.
I didn't do
You
anything.
did this.
I didn't do anything. Well, one thing.
No.
My next big question to all of you is, what are your plans next? The forest, the Ironweald, is quiet, near silent around you. The body of this Goliath, you don't even know what he was called, just this Goliath that attacked you lays next to you, the broken chain by his side, and there is the remnants of a campfire, but no sign of the people you were chasing after, no sign of the other kidnappers or Valor. So what are you going to do?
I think Quill would probably take just a long breath and then like look at Lucius and say, "Are you good to carry on?"
Lucius is whimpering
Okay.
to the point where he's just like, I don't want to do it anymore.
You want to stay here?
Yes. I've never broken a bone in my body, and this really, really hurts. Really hurts.
When my brother broke his leg, he had a cast and everyone signed it with their names. Nova's crying like non-stop
Like-
while she's saying this. Like just endlessly crying.
Where are we going to get a cast? We're in the middle of a wood, and I
I
really,
can make
really
it-
want to save Valor, but my leg really hurts, and Birdie lost an eye.
I could maybe make one out of mud and then sign it for you.
I appreciate your trying, Nova. It's really nice of you, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Could you put mud in his face?
I don't want to.
It's okay.
Mud in my eye? No, that sounds like
Let's not get it infected.
I've never seen a fellow like that before. Not somebody that can jump through shadows or that red veins. I've traveled a lot in my time. I've never seen anything like that.
What makes you think that the other 3 or 2 of them aren't just as bad? We're in over our heads here. This is too. Only Sentry could really stand up to it. That brute.
I think we're out of our depths.
Well, y'all take a minute. I'm gonna check their tracks. See if they're as big as this fella, they should at least have left some sort of sign. Maybe if they're smaller, it means that there's only one of him.
They could be faster. Just as strong.
Well, judging by where we are, we're about a day's travel from Ironwick. It's a small village near the lake. It's closer than Rose Hall, but it's smaller. I don't think there's going to be a big fancy priest or anything like that there, but there'll be medical supplies and things like that. Horses, maybe.
I'm just going to slow you all down, frankly. I can't keep chasing Valor. They've got all their legs.
That sure is a problem. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not going to stop you chasing, and maybe I could go to the town and rally some help or something. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't let you go on your own, Lucius. I'll at least go with you if the others carry on.
Thank you. Thank you, Avo.
Well, we
I'll go check their tracks. I'll leave you all to have a conversation. And you see him trot over towards the campfire.
Well, we know who 2 of them are at least. They're Brett Brookstones.
Yep.
But are you just toughing this out? I mean, you've literally not got an eye. It's okay to vent.
He's like shaking it off as best he can.
You can see him trembling a little, probably, or something.
Yeah.
Better out than in, come on.
It's already come out, the eye, I mean.
Is that trying to be funny, to try and be a bit
I
sturdier?
really want to find Vala.
Right.
True. I can't imagine the pain you're feeling, all of you. But we need to find Valor. We can't give up now. We've come so far. We've endured so much already. Like, can we not just push a little bit more for Valor?
You know, I would, absolutely. But I feel like I'm a detriment right now. I can't run.
You're not the detriment, I'm the detriment. I don't know how to fight. I don't know what I'm doing here. I caused this.
How did you cause this, Nova? That doesn't make sense.
Because I ran away. Well, in my head, I was working out what to do, and I thought retreating so I could shoot from a distance. I didn't realize he would go after you two. I thought he was focused on me. Quill, I'm so sorry.
We've never been against anyone as vicious as this. There's no way you could have possibly known that he would have just come after me or Lucius or, well, Sentry was trying to defend as best she could. But if you stepped in front of him, it could have been you that would have lost the eye or broken your leg or anything. There's no way of knowing what you've done.
Frankly, I dragged us into the shadow where he appeared, so we're all out of our depth. But you're right, Sentry. We need to do as much as we can. We've come this far.
Arvel trots back over. He said, well, I've checked. It looks like we're dealing with three figures about probably Lucius's height and weight, so I don't think there's going to be any more of those Goliath fellas. They don't have horses, and they're carrying something heavy, and it looks like without this fella, that slowed them down a fair bit. Whichever way, they're heading towards Ironwick. If they carry on where they're going towards the town. So, if we go at a fast pace, well, if the rest of you rush ahead, I can follow with Lucius, and we'll meet you there. But also, if y'all need rest, I think we can probably take things a bit easy. It looks like they got to deal with the forest first, so we can take it this way. It's up to you. I don't mind walking with the boy and coming up behind if y'all want to head on ahead. But you need to make sure you're fighting fit. I mean, you're not looking so good, Quill, and Nova, you need to calm down. I know this is all very much, but you ain't gonna do anybody any good in the state y'all are, so you get ready. If Lala's counting on you, he's counting on all of us.
You're right. Arvel, thank you. I guess how is everybody feeling?
Awful.
Sit down, boy. Let me take another look at this leg.
You don't have to touch, just look.
He's like looking at it, he's like, all right, okay. He's like, goes, get some like strips of wood, and he starts cutting up.
Is it bad? I haven't looked at it yet.
He starts cutting up like some of the bed rolls from like the ones that the people left. He's like, it's not great. You're not gonna be able to walk on it, but if I splint it, maybe we can fashion you a walking stick or a staff or something. You can take the pressure off it.
I always had such an elegant walk.
Now
it's ruined.
Well,
it's such great posture.
You healed my leg. I'll pay to make sure you get yours healed. All right?
Thank you, Arvel.
He splints it, and he ends up like taking. He's got like a little hand axe. He cuts like a kind of like a crutch, and it means that you can walk without pain. So it means that you can kind of hobble, but you're just slow.
Just half.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Sentry, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Could you cut a little bit of this cloak off? I think I need something to cover this. It actually hurts a lot.
Oh, no problem.
An awful lot.
Yeah, can I do like a... Does it need like a medicine or anything?
You can do a medicine check,
Yeah,
just to see how well you can apply bandage and stuff.
Oh, should I roll that again?
No,
that's landed, sorry.
Okay, 15.
15, that's great, yeah, it's a solid bandage. You should probably have like a little bit of like, sort of, kind of a herbal kind of thing which you can apply which eases the pain a little bit as well, like some sort of basic medic supplies, yeah, like a
So
little
you said it was
poultice.
like a scratch, like right
It's
across.
basically like a jagged cut which goes right over the eye. I mean, it's a badass scar, but,
Yeah, I mean, it looks
but the eye is completely ruined. Like the actual, you've had to basically put like this poultice in the eye socket, and then bandage over it to stop it from getting infected and stuff.
Jeez.
You look more battle worn than I do, and I've been around for much longer than you.
That's true. You're very good, by the way.
That's the least I can do.
I don't think we would have survived that without your
You
help.
sustained so much. It's honestly the least I could do. There's so much more I could do for all of you.
Quick question. Quill, if you were to go down again, I've been taught resuscitation in my first aid course on Gusthaven. Do I put my beak to your mouth, or is that a...
Mouth to a beak?
Yes, the other way around, sorry, I'm rattled.
It's a good question, actually. I don't really know. I don't think an Aarakocra has ever been in a situation where it could only be resuscitated by, well, elves or humans or people
Probably
like that.
have to fashion some sort of pipe to jam in his throat and then breathe in that.
It's okay. The way I eat things.
Arvel also looks over to you, Sentry. I found this. He holds up remnants of little Echo. Little shattered brambly baby.
Cradle it in my arms.
So what is it? Is it just like a load of twigs? Or
It's
is-
like
a
twigs
shadow?
and metal kind of shards bent around like a spherical device with a big purple gem in the middle. The gem is completely shattered, broken through. The frame is all cracked and splintered. Many of the branches have been broken off. I mean, it's in bad shape.
Yeah.
Would mending help a little bit? Like I'm guessing
It can help some of it, but it won't restore its spiritual. You can probably mend its form, but the whatever spirit was inside is gone.
Yeah.
That only Sentry can reply that. Yeah, you could if you want to use Tiangong, you can definitely mend it so that the form is whole.
Sentry, can I just try something?
Yeah, of course.
I probably can't fix him entirely, but I can make him better a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Anything.
So I'll gently take Echo and with Tiangong in dagger form, cast mending on it.
Yep. So you feel the power flow through Tiangong, and as it begins to glow blue, blue light emanates over Echo, and you begin to see like the jagged cuts and tears begin to meld back together. The gem kind of reforms, crystallining, and fills back in. The little branches snap back together. Some of the ones that drop to the ground kind of fly up and until it's a whole form again, but the crystal is still dark. There's no light inside it.
I'm really sorry, Sentry. This is all I can do right now.
It's fine. It's you're amazing. You're amazing for doing that. I can't thank you enough.
We'll fix him, don't worry.
I'm sure we will.
I wish I could fix you guys as well, but I only know how to deal with mechanical things.
Let's fix the main issue at hand, which is rescuing Valor.
You with us
Okay.
then?
Of course, I'll just be really far behind, hobbling away. But it was just as much determination as you all.
All right. Well, let's get going then.
Before we go, can I take the chain from
Yeah.
the dude and
Yeah.
like wrap it around Echo
Uh-huh.
and put him around my waist?
Yeah,
So I'm like
yeah, for
carrying
sure.
him.
Yeah. Like the chain is broken on one end, but the bladed end is still there, and you can kind of hook the blades in his branches and then tie the chain around your waist. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Yay.
When you take the chain off of his body, you do notice that there is there's some documentation stuffed into his tunic, his pouches, and his coins in his pouches and things like that as well.
Oh, loot.
Yeah, if you want to search through his body. So he has 100 gold in coins in a small pouch.
Group fun.
And he also has a piece of paper signed, sealed up. It had a wax seal, but it's obviously been broken open. And it was kind of stuck in a small tube, which was like hanging from his belt. It's not very big, it's probably about this long, but you open it up. And it appears to be a notice that reads, I don't have it exactly written down, but it would read something like, Rend, I need you to get the girl tonight. Her friends won't be there. I'll have my men waiting by the north gate with horses. Head to Ironwick, meet the contact, and it's just signed BB.
Unbelievable. I like that guy.
Yep.
Brett Brookstone was behind all this.
What?
Show you guys the note.
I thought you said he was nice.
He is nice. Deceptively so, apparently. Where I see it, we have two options. One, we go to Ironwick and we try to stop them before they meet their contact. And I imagine Vala then goes wherever she needs to go or is being taken. Or two, we go back to Rose Hall and we go to the top of the chain, Brett Brookstone. Is that a terrible idea?
Sounds awful.
It sounds awful? Probably is
Val-
awful then.
We don't know what would happen to Valor in that time, and maybe he'd eventually tell us, but who knows what she'd have been through by the time we find out and stop it.
But if something were to happen, I'm not saying we go there to kill him or to attack him or anything like that, but his son and, was it his son and daughter?
You think that's what
They're the
you're
ones that were
assuming
away
assumptions
from
are.
the
They were away from
Yeah,
His son and daughter, if they know that
we went back to see Brett Brookstone, maybe they would come back themselves. And they're two of the people we're chasing after.
I see where you're coming from. However, that's, in my view, a higher risk than just finding Valor. We don't know for sure if that's going to carry through. And also, we don't know what we're up against. All of Brookstone's workers could be thrown upon us before we even get to him.
True.
Ironwick is closer than Rosehall at this point.
Yeah. Without the horse, because you spent 1 day traveling on horses, and that on foot would be like a day and a half, 2 days. So it's about 3 days back to Rosehall on foot.
Jeez.
We will come back for Brookstone once we have Valor.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So is the plan to head on to Ironwick? That
Think
means
so,
traveling through the Ironweald. So I need you to pick a navigator, lookout, vanguard, and rear guard.
Lookout.
I mean,
You were the navigator last time.
I could
Did you
navigate
note down
again.
100 gold?
Oh yeah, I've got 100 gold. Yep.
Cool.
You're standing on there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So-
guess I will try to be navigator again.
Navigator, lookout. Do you want to basically set the same rolls as before?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
My perception's pretty good.
Quill, survival check, please.
Can I help, Quill?
Sure. Yep. Make a survival check. You need to get above DC 13.
What does that mean for you?
7.
So
7.
no bonus from.
And I got 11.
Okay, 11. As you're moving at a normal pace, there's no penalty. I'm just going to assume at this point, with
Yeah.
you're moving at the best pace you can.
20.
20 for the lookout. Okay. Vanguard. So Sentry, can you make an athletics check for me, please?
Check. Yes. 14.
Well, I can't really be lookout for that long, can I?
What's that?
Because they're going to get ahead of me.
We're walking at the same pace.
We're assuming that you're all
Going
traveling
at slow-
together,
Yeah.
but you're
slow
just
pace.
going slow pace.
Okay.
Okay, what'd you get on the...
14.
Okay.
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 Behind
Okay.
you, you hear a
Okay.
Goliath groan.
Can you roll?
He's alive.
Man, how much would you love that if I just hadn't come back as an undead version, huh?
Please no.
I don't think love is the word,
Yeah, no.
really.
I was, so, I was rolling dice afterwards. You know how he had to make checks for injury checks, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
I made death saving throws for him. I tell you this because he died.
Okay.
If he had stabilized, I'd be like, that's interesting.
Guess
and then later on one day, he'd be like, I'm back, motherfucker. Ranger, you took my chain. I'm gonna take more than your eye this time.
Yes.
Okay, can somebody roll a d10 for me, please?
Who do you want?
Rhiannon, can you roll a
Hi.
d10 for me, please?
10.
So that was the first one you had?
This one?
Yep.
Sorry, it's a 2.
Okay.
We meet the same
Ooh,
family as
the
last
countess.
time.
Spiders.
That's really interesting.
No, it's not. Spiders?
A Goliath.
You start traveling.
A Goliath family.
You go about 2 hours. Your progress is slow.
Yeah.
You go about 2-3 hours with Lucius hobbling behind you as best as he can. You have to frequently stop for rest. Quill, your eye, is causing you significant pain and is uncomfortable for you. You eventually come on. Lucius, you spot this. You find a small, squat building of moss-covered stone with smoke coming out of a chimney in the middle of a kind of very small glade. Animals, deers, rabbits all frolic around this glade, and this hut is just in the middle with a little smoke coming out of a small chimney. Outside, in the glade itself, you can see figures, not humans, but almost like silhouettes made of iron and wood in various shapes of animals and humanoids, like sculptures.
Are they moving?
They're not moving. They're just they're like flat, like art sculptures, like an art piece.
So metal and wood.
Metal made from metal and wood, yeah. And you can see that attached to the small building must be some sort of small forge. And you see that up ahead.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but there is a settlement up ahead. A single house with smoke coming from its chimney, so the residents are potentially home or on fire. One of the two. There are sculptures outside, metal and wood. Insignificant in my opinion, and one I think just cracked. Just rustling in the wind. What do we want to do? I mean, it might be a good respite.
Does it look idyllic?
It It looks pretty idyllic. There's animals and things prancing around outside.
Prancing?
Yes, well, rabbits.
Literally prancing. The deers and that are like playing.
It looks idyllic.
Does
Almost.
it look like a fairy tale?
Yes, it looks just like the fairy tale books.
In these woods?
Yeah. How much of this is? How much is this like a complete? What's the word I'm looking for?
Opposite.
Like the complete opposite. Of what
I mean,
we've
the
been
Iron
before.
Weald is not a creepy forest.
Yeah.
It is an old forest, which means that the trees are very old. It's got very thick boughs. There are obviously monsters and things in it. But this is part of the Iron Weald. The same trees. You can see the same kind of ground. It just has like a little squat building with animals around it, all playing happily.
Green fields, loads of flowers.
Not
There's
really
a princess
green fields.
outside.
Yeah, not really green fields.
Somebody wants to.
So
It is more Shrek than it is Disney Princess. Yes.
The world is
Please don't start that.
there's a small chance we could get butchered to death. There's always that chance in these woods. However, there's also a chance that they might have resources to both help your eye and my leg so that we could get Valor quicker in less pain.
I guess we're following the tracks, aren't we?
Yeah, you're a little bit off the trail. You're going in the same direction, but you're not following the exact path that whoever the head people ahead of you took.
Okay, so it's
You're
not
kind of
like
taking your own path at the same time.
it's not like they saw it and avoided it or whatever.
Yeah, you
Okay.
don't think so.
Um,
It's just kind of on your way. Like Lucius has spotted it. You could ignore it and just carry on, or you can investigate it.
The statues, do they look like they're in motion?
No,
Doing
they look
something?
like art sculptures, like
Yeah.
fake, not like a marble statue which looks lifelike. These are like flat, almost abstract humanoids and animals kind of thing.
But they don't look like, caught in a moment of like,
No. You don't believe that there is some sort of wood metal Medusa on the prowl.
I could always go on my own with you hidden.
there's no way you're going on your own. You have
I look like I need help.
true.
I'll go. I owe it to you both.
I mean, you don't owe anything, but I think that's a
But
better
that's a good idea.
But it's a better idea than you going, because if it is bad and you do need to run away,
Right.
you can't. And if I go and they're standing to the left
Don't-
of me,
don't
the
say-
right of me even,
Don't say I.
One?
I also think it's a bad idea for Sentry to go because she kind of looks like the structures.
I might scare her a
I
little
reckon the
bit.
resident understands the difference between their own sculptures and a walking one that talks.
Well, I'm just worried that if they see a walking, talking structure of their creation,
I
they
mean,
might
Sentry does
suddenly-
stand out, I will give you that. In a good way,
Oh,
you
thank you.
see.
Thank you.
But yes, I think Nova's the best choice here.
You're outstanding in a field.
You look terrifying now, Birdie. With that scar on your face.
It's covered at least. Is it bleeding? Is it?
I mean, you've got weird herbs kind of sticking out of the fabric.
It eases
And
it.
it's weeping.
It's weeping.
It's weeping a bit.
I think I'm weeping.
Ah,
That's
okay.
me, not the scar.
It's okay to cry.
Nova,
I've been crying non-stop.
maybe.
Maybe that's a good approach.
That's a good
Non-stop. Like, I think like the whole time I've been sniffling as we've been walking, just like sniffling. And
Your like fluffy cloud hair may be a bit droopy or something like that.
my sleeves are all wet where I've been blowing my nose.
Nova,
Yeah.
it's your moment.
Okay.
All that charisma that you've, won us over with, win this
Really?
person with.
Okay.
Well, you'd be dead otherwise.
What?
What?
Why? Why would you kill me?
I wouldn't. Your charm has got you to where you are now.
I don't feel very charming right now.
Okay. So you're heading up, Nova?
Yeah.
Are you trying to do it quietly? Are you just walking up to the door and knock, knock, knock?
Can I be really careful? Like, because I think she's probably really on guard at the moment. Like, everything's gonna kill her. So can I just like walk, but like sort of staring at the statues to see if they're gonna move?
Sounds like you want to make a perception check to be aware of any dangers. That's what that sounds like to me.
15.
It's a long S for a 15. Okay. So you begin making your way up, and you can see that They are not statues of people, as I said. These are abstract, like more like art sculptures.
Well, so if you look at them in a certain way, they form a person.
Kind of like, yeah, they're flat and they're two-dimensional and they've been built in a certain way, and they are depicting like scenes almost. Like you can see like one looks like a lumberer, like a lumberjack. One is like a family of rabbits. You know, one is like a man with or a woman with a bow. You know, you can kind of see like little scenes.
One's a Goliath with a whip.
And yeah, you begin just making your way through, and you can hear, as you get closer to the building, what does sound like humming, but also like somebody hammering metal, like a ting, ting, ting. Like you can kind of hear something like that going.
Slow work ethic.
It's Bowsette.
It's not. That's it.
Okay, can I
Saving that for the jingle jam, Chris.
can I cautiously go up to the door and like
Yes.
knock on it?
So you go up.
Hello.
You hear from inside and like something hitting the ground, and then almost like a whoosh, like a whoosh.
Hi. Hello.
No response.
I need some
The door doesn't
help.
look like it locks. It just looks like you just push it open or pull it open. But yeah, no response.
I'm just a traveler and I need some help. I have some injured friends. Hello?
The door
I sound really pathetic.
opens, and inside you can see a very small house. There's no bed, but there's like a little work desk. The chimney is connected to a small forge, so it's quite hot when you enter inside. But at the very center of the room, there is a tree planted in like a little stone plant pot, and it's grown up. It's not a big tree, it's like a little small tree. And its roof is actually what's forming the top of the building. And then it's the leaves have almost formed like what you thought was like a moss-covered dome is actually like the roof of the tree.
That's cool.
And then the chimney just kind of sticks out a little bit to the side.
Is it like a special kind of tree? Like,
It looks to be very similar to the ones in the Iron Weald.
I'm just gonna.
But there's like all sorts of knots and shapes in it.
I'm just gonna look up and be like, whoa.
You don't see anybody inside.
Hello. I'm staying on the doorstep, but I'm gonna stick my head in and just be like, I don't mean any harm. I just need some help. My friend broken his leg.
You see from the tree in the middle
Oh no.
a face stretches out as this long-limbed thing, and as it looks at you, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh. So Deku tree.
7.
But sinister.
You look up. What a relief. You are charmed, and you will treat this creature as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected.
To be honest, you didn't even need to do that. Like, nobody will just follow any
But,
fucker.
but this face kind of sticks out. It's like, who are you?
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Nova. Nova V'ger. Hi.
Why are you here?
My friends and I were trying to get through the woods to Ironwick, and we got attacked, and one of them's broken his leg, the other one's lost an eye, and we really need some help, please.
You start crying. Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Ooh, if there's one thing Nova's good at. Natural 20 and a natural 1.
Wow. The extreme.
Natural 20 was on the Aerois dice.
Yeah, on the Aerois dice.
correct.
So,
The natural
although the
one's
natural one was on the other dice.
As you just begin breaking down, this flood of emotions comes tumbling out, kind of exacerbated by the charm, because you just feel so comfortable in front of this person. This figure just pulls itself from the tree, and you can see a probably very short woman. She'd probably be about 5'1", 5'2" in real life. Made completely of wood with like hair like a tree, like leaves and branches falling down, long limbs. But you can see that there's also what it appears like almost like, not a leather, but like a cloth apron that she's kind of draped over herself, and a small hammer kind of hanging by her belt. She comes out, she's like, no, don't cry. And she pulls you in and kind of like wraps her arms. She's like, it's okay, it's
I'm
okay.
so sorry. It's been a
you poor
really
thing.
horrible time.
Oh, you poor thing. No. And she kind of pats you. She's like, oh, what do mortals eat? And then she goes over and she's like, and there's like a little window at the back of the house. She opens it and calls out, Ruffles, bring water. And then this deer holding like a little bucket kind of brings it up, puts it down, and she's like, "Thank you." And she like creates like a little cup out of wood and pours it in. She's like, "Come on, drink."
You're so nice.
No, it's okay. I just don't know. Are your friends mean?
No, they're really not.
You don't think they'll try and hurt me on my
No,
tree?
they won't. I promise they won't.
Okay. Well, all right, Nova. Well, you have to tell them that they're not. They must be very careful, all right? That they can come in, but then if they hurt me, you have to protect me.
I will protect you.
Okay.
You're so nice and so beautiful.
Okay. Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Selamy.
Selamy. Okay, I'll go get them.
Okay. And then you see her just meld back into the tree.
So I'll come back to you guys, and I'm just sniffling like, oh, I'm a mess. Like I'm crying even more. There's a really nice woman in there. She's made of wood.
You don't have to play up now. It's us.
I can't. She's so nice.
And why are you
She's acting.
crying so much?
Because I'm so sad.
She's acting. It's really impressive,
Can I give
Nova.
Nova a really big hug?
Yeah, of course. Like Sentry just comes up, and it's very similar to the hug from the creature. This wooden being just envelops you, branches tickling your face,
I'm just like goo is coming from my
like
face.
snot coming
Snot
out the
and
nose.
like probably dribbling a little bit. It's fine.
Fair play. That's fantastic, Nova.
I'm just so sad because I was so useless and I got you guys hurt and we're stuck in these stupid woods and I'm so useless at this. I'm got to be in this city with my mom and my dad and my brother and my sister.
Like put a hand on
I'm
her
so
shoulder.
far from home.
Nova, you've done very well in finding this place. Finding the place and finding someone who can help us.
She's so nice. She gave me some water.
But that's a relief.
Well, that's good.
Fantastic.
But you have to promise not to hurt her or I have to kill you.
Sorry?
Yeah, you can't hurt her because she's really nice and she's got a really nice house and there's a tree in the middle and if you hurt her, I will kill you.
Wait, okay, hang on. So, well, for starters, why we wouldn't hurt her,
That's what I said.
but you would have to kill us?
Yeah, because I promised to protect her.
Wait. Okay, that's fine.
How long were you in
We just won't hurt her.
we won't hurt
It's very simple.
Easy.
Why is this even a question? Why would you
I mean, sure.
We won't
I
hurt
think
her.
she's just emotional, boy. It's just, it's a bit
I want my mom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Alright.
I want my daddy.
I'm just gonna start crying like hoist.
please, for the love of Siesca, let's just get inside. I can't.
Sentry, let's go.
I mean, I'm a nice fella, but there's too many emotions in here. I'm not good with this sort of thing. There's a reason I've never married.
Can I call you dad?
No, Missy, you may not. I am not that old.
Let's go see this lovely lady.
All right, let's take a step. Just be careful.
Just don't break her stuff.
We won't break us up. What's her name?
Cellophane? What is it?
A Selamy.
A Selamy.
Yeah, the charm kind of feel like, oh, you definitely would have
Yeah.
forgotten your best friend's name.
A Selamy. A Selamy.
Selamy.
A Salami.
A salami.
All right, let's go meet a Salami.
She's so pretty.
Nova, you might want to lead the way. You've already met her once before.
Okay.
And we'll follow Nova, I suppose, into...
Oh yeah, she knows that. Okay. Yep. So you follow inside.
What?
You step inside and you see the same thing as Nova. This kind of central tree, lovely little house with a little forge attached to it and a workbench. You can see there's blacksmith's tools, little bits of metal. You can see like ingots and things like that have been built. Little bits of there's no leather. You don't see much leather, but you do definitely see like wood and things like that. And as you step inside, Nova's like, here you go. And do you say anything, Nova? Do you like call out? You don't see a Selamy. She's probably in her tree.
Mrs. Selamy, these are my friends.
And you watch as this figure begins to meld out of the tree very cautiously. And she's holding up, she's kind of holding her hands to her face, like, you're not. Nova said that I can trust you. You're not going to hurt me, are you? No. Some of the woods folk try and come after me sometimes, so I try and send them away.
We're not the woods folk. I don't mean to cause offense. You just came out of that tree?
Yes, it's my house.
What exactly are you?
How rude. Who asked that?
Do you
Goody.
do you know what?
Oh, are you? Oh, no, it's all right, Mr. Elf. I'm a Dryad.
I see.
We live in the natural world places. We are fey spirits, I guess.
Ah, okay. Well,
Hello.
hi, hello, hi.
We mean no harm whatsoever.
I'm being very, very rude. Sorry. And she stretches out her fingers, which kind of grow out like vines, and little berries pop off onto plates.
Oh.
She can cast 8 berries. Just boop, boop, boop. Please, these will make you feel better and full. Please.
I guess I would just eat it because I'm charmed.
Yeah, you take one of these berries, you heal 1 hit point,
Oh.
and you feel as if you've eaten a full meal for the day.
Oh, wow.
What a good berry.
That's so tasty.
It's a good berry.
I'm not
Very
dying.
good berry.
Good berry.
Is it like a fake full feeling?
No.
Is it like when you eat McDonald's?
Yeah.
No, this is like
filled my
this
stomach.
is lembas bread. This is like, oh, I'm magically full. Arvel's like, all right, just
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah, you heal. Anybody who eats one heals 1 hit point, and there would be 3 left over for any who are feeling particularly injured.
Do you want 1 century or?
I've still got my cure wounds.
Just
I think
squish
I'll,
it into your face.
oh my
Oh, yeah,
god!
you
Absorb
don't-
it
no, you
into like.
Can eat if she wants
I
to.
can appear to eat if I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
blend
It's
it.
like Data from Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's very, very tasty. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Do you
Yes,
mind if-
I grow them myself.
Do I feel anything in my... Yes, you saw that. Do I feel anything in my leg when I eat a berry?
Healing, but it doesn't, like, the broken leg doesn't go away. So your general vigor and energy is restored, but yeah, any injuries unfortunately still remain.
I'm going
Oh,
to...
she looks at both of you. Are these the ones that got hurt, Nova?
This is
oh, you poor
Lucius.
thing. Hello, Lucius.
Hello.
I'm a Selemy.
Hello, Selemy. I think
Your leg looks very poorly.
it is. It's really bad.
Oh, poor thing.
Thank you. I've never broken a bone before.
I don't know what bones are.
Well, it's like a twig.
You,
Imagine snapping a twig.
That's awful.
Imagine that tree branch just...
And
I'm
you
sorry.
see her eyes just go wide, and she begins trembling at the thought of that, like the mention of her tree being damaged. She's like,
No, not that I would, of course. I'm just saying, that's the extremity of it.
oh, yes,
Much
oh,
like
that's
Birdie's
awful.
eye.
And she looks at your eyes like, oh no, your poor eye.
Now imagine uprooting the entire tree, and that's how he feels.
She faints.
Lucius!
What?
I told you not to be mean to
I
her!
wasn't mean. I was just giving her
Oh,
a relative
dear.
scale of his.
Oh,
She kind
dear.
of comes to a little bit like, ah, completely like, oh, the worst thing ever she could possibly imagine.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Imagine having all of your family just murdered in front of you. She's like, oh, well, oh, you poor things. Oh, well, I'm not sure if there's much I can do. But, well, if there is anything, I'd be happy to help, I suppose. I don't really know you.
You grew berries out of your fingers. Could you grow branches?
Yes, I can. I can cultivate nature in that regard, yes.
Do you think you could wrap my leg up so it doesn't move?
I mean, yes, I can see that your friend has already taken a poor dead tree and has tried to use them to help you.
Waste not, want not.
Yes, I suppose I could try, but I don't think it would be much better than what you have there.
That's fine.
I could make you a new leg.
A new leg.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, I like making things.
Oh, the sculptures outside, they're very wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I make things from time to time. I could try and make you one out of wood and metal.
I'm afraid if it won't attach.
Well, we'd need to cut off your leg, and then I could attach it.
And you can do that?
Yes, but it'd probably be quite expensive.
I'm okay, actually. But thank you for the offer.
All right.
Yes, I want to keep the leg.
I don't suppose you can make eyes?
I mean, not a functional eye. I could make you a nice metal one. Is it?
That's fine.
I could also. That eye probably needs to come out, Mr. Bird.
Right,
It could get very infected if it stays in your eye like that.
right.
I could do that for you. It won't hurt.
It won't hurt.
No, I can make more berries.
What?
The berries, I can smush them so that they makes like a, so you won't feel pain in the eye.
Oh, he does not want to do that. Like,
It's gone.
You're already in a lot of pain. It will just be for a moment, and then
Unless there's some magic.
you'll be better.
You should listen to your Dryad friend. You're very far from your tree.
Oh, I'm not from a tree.
What? That's impossible. You must be.
No, I'm a guardian.
Like a woodland protector.
I'm
Just super like.
I protect people, I guess. I protect everyone.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
speaking of protection, and I appreciate the offer, but we're actually trying to do something that I don't think I have the time to go under an operation for.
What are you trying to do?
We are actually tracing people who came through the Iron Weald with a girl who is a friend of ours. Is there anything you can do in that regard to I don't know, slow them down, speed us up?
Well, I mean, can't you just ask your friends to come back with them?
I
Yeah,
suppose we
good
could. Yes, we didn't actually try that. No, you're right. We could just talk to them.
You should try that. I hear that talking to people is the best way to resolve problems.
Well, these people are more like the woodland hunters.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
They did it very bad and they took a friend from us. And their other friend injured us.
Oh, that's terrible.
So we would like to get our friend back.
Make a persuasion check.
With double advantage? Smart.
Double.
8.
She's like, well, I mean, that's terribly tragic. And you can see she's a bit hesitant. Like, she does want to help you, but you just sense that there is still this, you're strangers, she doesn't really know you, but she definitely wants to help. She's like, well, I can make some more berries for you if you want, but,
The berries are very good.
Is Nova still pretty charmed at this point?
yeah, but you just see her as your, like, trusted
Bestie.
friend. Like, you just, yeah, as a bestie, really. And, yeah, she just is like, yes, I mean, it's really, I mean, outside of my house and my tree, I can't really control the rest of the wood. I don't have any dominion over it or anything like that. I have lots of animal friends, but I'm not sure that they'd be much use.
Well, do you know the quickest way to Ironweald?
You're in the Iron Weald.
Ironwick.
Ironwick.
Oh, that's
town.
the town. Yes, I try to avoid it. I don't go anywhere near that place, I'm afraid. She thinks for a minute. Maybe one of the animals might know. They often wander around. I could ask them.
Would it be possible to get one of your animals, maybe a bird, to deliver a message to someone in Ironwick?
I could do that, yes.
We could tell them to stop the bad guys,
That's a really good idea.
or to look out for Vala.
Send a message to the guard there.
Yeah.
You'd need to write it on a piece of paper.
I've got loads! And I just pull up my writing pack.
Okay, yeah, if you
I
want to write...
can do this!
I can send one of my bird friends to deliver the message, yes, of course.
This is something I can do. I'm really good at this.
It's literally like a fairy tale. Just so you're saying, like my nanny used to give me these kind of bookies.
How did these fairy tales end?
I grew out of them. I will be honest. It's very, very low age kind of fairy tale, but regardless.
Dryad just isn't, it's not like she's even listening. She's just like, very good.
Shall I write a note then?
Yeah.
It is. Absolutely.
So I'll write a note along the lines of urgent for the guard, Ironwick guard. And then can I write like a short description of the three?
You've not seen them.
Okay. Well, we know that one of them had a pickaxe
Yes.
and two looked like hunters or something.
Mine. Oh yeah, they had a longbow as well.
A longbow. A boy and a girl, same age,
And they're also
And another
carrying,
man who was carrying a pickaxe.
They're also carrying Vala.
carrying a sack with Vala in it.
Okay, so you
And a
write-
description of Vala as well.
Okay, and you're going to send 2 Ironwick guards.
Yeah,
Description of them.
please stop them. They have kidnapped the girl.
Okay. And then you're going to sign it, or are you just going to leave it anonymous?
What do you guys think?
I mean,
If we had a team name, we could have signed it that.
they have good relations with Rose Hall, so you could sign it, Nova, and
Or-
everyone else.
Arvel, would your name carry there?
Not much, I'm afraid. I mean, I travel through, but I'm a merchant down in Goldthrone, up in Goldthrone mainly.
Do we sign it by Merrick's name?
You could do. I mean, impersonating the field marshal and the harvest guard is technically a crime.
Yeah.
Put under order from the Harvest Guard.
I mean, that's a way around it, I suppose. It's still kind of illegal, but
Not really.
They did order us.
I guess they
do
won't
it.
they won't necessarily know it was y'all that sent the message.
Well, they told us to go out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Part of the guard.
Sure. If Merrick backs you up, yeah, that should cover it.
I'm sure he would.
Okay.
I mean, as long as they arrest them first before trying to verify the note.
So Esmely is like, well, who should I can send the bird, but I need to give a description to the birdie, to the bird of who I should send it to.
The guard, so anyone in an official guard uniform?
What's a uniform?
Oh, God. I mean,
You know what a sword looks like?
Yes,
So, do you know what a town looks like?
vaguely.
And you know what a gate looks like?
No.
So it's like the door that you
Right,
have into
yes.
your home, much bigger,
Right.
and it's on a wall.
Okay.
Anyone that's standing still in front of that, holding a sword.
Okay. Yes, I can tell that. That's good. Animals like that sort of description.
I'm very worried, but sure.
I mean, do I know anything about Ironwick?
You can make a history check for me if you like.
No, I don't know anything about Ironwick. 5.
Okay. 5.
Yeah. I just want to know if there's like.
You've not even heard the name. It must
Yeah.
be pretty small because it's not really on maps and
I
stuff
guess
like
it's
that.
smaller than Rose Hall as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
smaller.
Did Rose Hall have a wall and gate?
Yeah, it had a wall and gate.
Okay. Would it be unreasonable for a place like Ironwick to have that as well?
Hard to say with that kind of check. You don't know enough about the town.
Okay, yeah.
If there is, oh, that's fine.
It's better than nothing.
So she's like, calls to the window, little blue jay flies in or something like that, like perches on it. She takes the letter, ties like a little bit of twine around its leg, like speaks to it a little bit, whoosh, and then off it goes.
You're ever so kind. Thank you.
No, you're quite welcome, especially if you're travelling with another Dryad. She looks at Sentry, still not quite understanding the
Yes, we
distinction.
must get you back to your tree soon.
Yes, you must. In fact, give me another persuasion check. That's a clever thing to say to her.
16.
She kind of looks, she's like, yes, you must get back to your tree as quickly as possible. Yes, no, I've just, yep. And she's like, I know. Ah, yes. Mr. Eka.
Sorry?
She like goes up to her window, Mr. Eka, Mr. Eka.
Okay.
And you begin to hear a giant elk head that is enormous. Looks through.
Oh,
Mr. Eka, you need to help carry someone for me.
What?
You can't walk on your poorly leg, right? Well, Mr. Eka can carry you, and then you can travel fast back to your tree.
That's phenomenal.
Very kind of you.
That's huge.
But you have to get back, of course, and your friend is injured.
Yes.
The tree is right next to Ironwick.
All right.
Now, the other side of it, obviously not in this forest.
Okay. Give me a deception check.
But it's on the way. Shit.
Why must you always ruin everything?
11.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, whimsical Dryad.
We found someone
7.
dumber than you.
She's not as, she's kind of a bit,
naive.
yeah. She's like, yes, that sounds wonderful. Mr. Eka will meet you out the front.
Mr. Eka.
But then he'll come straight back. I have to have him back.
That's fine. Does he understand us?
No.
I
Right.
can speak with him.
Does he at least respond to his name? I mean, you called him.
Yes, he should do. He's very smart.
Very smart. He's How did he?
He is enormous. He is a large creature, so he's probably like the size of a big yak. Just these huge stag antlers.
Is he big enough for like all of us? Or?
He can certainly carry at least 2 or 3 of you. Maybe not Sentry in a heavy armor, but 2 or 3 of you can ride.
Me and Arvel, maybe.
Quill.
Yeah.
And it looks
Well,
like he looks like he's very adept at climbing through the woods as well. So he obviously lives here.
Nice.
So you want to do that? Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Before we go,
But you mustn't tell anybody I'm here, especially not the people in the town.
no.
They're always humans. They just really don't. They come after mankind all the time.
We'll make sure they don't see Mr. Ika either. I imagine once
Yes.
they see him,
Oh, they'll try and eat him.
they might. Yes. Speaking of eating, when we before we leave, could we get some more of those good berries?
Of course you can.
So
Thank
weird.
you so much.
8 more good berries.
Hey.
They only last 24 hours, I believe.
That's fine.
You have one more full meal.
I will put 11 good berries in my inventory.
Nice.
So I can check the entry for good berry. Within
you
24 hours
take
of
them.
casting the spell. So you have 24 hours worth of 8 good berries, and each one heals 1 hit point.
Yeah, and there was 3 left over from before, so I still got those as well.
There you go.
Wow.
Look at this, maths boy.
11 good.
Yeah, so if you want to head off, Esmeralda will just wave you goodbye.
I'm gonna give her the biggest hug in the world.
Oh yeah, she's like, yay!
Thank you so much. You're
Thank
the
you
best.
for not killing me.
I told you he wouldn't.
She just like nods and like waves from her door as
Bye.
you trundle off.
It's on the elk.
Yeah, so I'm guessing like you have Lucius up on the elk. Arvel is like on the back, like whoa.
Probably Quill.
I mean, if it'll take me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd need to go on there really,
You should
but
rest.
okay, fair.
Yeah, the 3 of you are probably like the lightest as well.
I
Yeah.
can still perceive from up here.
Hollow bones, after all.
Yeah.
Still
Hollow
point
bones.
lookout, but you might have to catch up this
Well, on the elk, it's going to make you traveling much easier. You don't necessarily you don't need to make navigation checks because the elk knows the way, and you don't need to make athletics checks because the elk just everything out the way. For the podcast listeners, I was shaking my head to and fro like a giant
you
elk,
have.
making sound effects. So yeah,
Good thing we didn't ask about those iron structures. I feel like there was something else going on there.
Oh, she just makes them art.
I'm sure
Okay.
it's absolutely harmless.
Sure.
cool. And you're going to carry on, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
Straight there.
With the aid of the elk, you manage to actually catch up to the point where it doesn't look like, even with the giant elk, you encounter a sight ahead of you. It looks like Arvel, using the tracking and the elk, they must have gotten lost or they must have gotten delayed whilst they were traveling through the Iron Weald, because they have to make the same checks you guys do. And it looks like that without that aid of the Goliath, they actually got quite lost and turned around, because you managed to catch up with them in a couple of hours. So you're getting to near afternoon. What you see ahead of you is you see 3 figures, 3 humanoid figures, and a large sack on the ground, big enough to hold a girl like Valor. And you see just ahead of you, I would say maybe about 100 feet ahead of you, you see the 3 of them not having spotted you, but are now looking around cautiously in this dense part of the forest. You can see the girl is wearing like chainmail with a shield and has like a long sword. The younger man with a beard, who looks a lot like Brett Brookstone, has got a long bow, or a short bow, sorry. And then a miner with like a heavy looking pickaxe is looking around.
Oh, so none of them like the Goliath that we.
None of them look like the Goliath, but they are looking around, and Quill, even with your bad eye, you see what is clearly spooked them. A plant, you can see these long vines with these red flowers moving around them, and they're beginning to get ready for battle. And that's going to be initiative, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Straight in.
Oh, how do we approach this?
Badly.
I mean, we don't want them to hurt Valor, but at the same time.
Get my notes quickly.
I mean, we wouldn't want them just to die, would we?
We want to bring them to justice.
Yes.
Justice. Justice.
Just this.
Just ice, please.
So,
It's on the doors there.
I know.
Bolt of just ice.
so I don't have time to sort out a map for it. But the topography is very similar to before. Large rocks, large trees, uneven ground. But you can see that, yeah, they are just ahead in a small opening, about 100 feet ahead of you.
Do you want us to just rejiggle some of these?
Have you got a giant?
If you can, but they are taped down, and there's a lot of drawings on them.
Yeah, right.
Have you got a giant elk miniature?
I
Or
don't.
at this point, I suppose.
You're going to need stats. If somebody wants to go on D&D Beyond, you can actually search for other monsters in a new tab.
Sure.
And it's just a giant elk.
Nice. Elk boy.
How many ordinary elks would fit into a giant elk?
He's a dead boy.
I reckon 3.
Yeah, throw that into the floor.
You boys.
Oh boy.
You boys. There we go.
Big boy. Strength 19.
Sentry, what'd you get for initiative?
I got 17.
Should I roll his initiative? Elkies. Mr. What was his name? Mr.
Ika.
So
Ika, yeah.
I don't have a mini for the miner, and I don't have one for Arvel.
Well, he was the D4 before.
Okay, I'll use this pencil sharpener.
Immersive.
So Sentry, what'd you get on initiative?
17.
Quill?
I got 9. I think.
Nova?
18.
Lucius?
6.
Okay.
Should I roll for the Mr. Ika?
Yes, please, actually.
Oh, wow.
20.
Mr. Ika.
Mr. Ika goes first, but you can see he's wary to go closer. So you guys would be like quite far back here because you're about 100 feet, like 10, 20,
Okay.
40, 50, 60.
We're still on
you're
the
off the
back.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're off the board at the moment. You can see he slows down and seems kind of wary to advance. He's not going to really do anything on his turn until you give him orders. So
No, that makes
Nova.
What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck to do.
So you can see these
Let's
vines
see.
they're almost like beginning to crawl down like the side of a big tree, and they're starting, you can see the others are like, oh shit, and they're starting to get ready for this thing that's like crept up on them.
I'm gonna go. She's probably still quite rattled at this point. Can I hold
Yeah.
action? I will Eldritch Blast. To hold action, can I Eldritch Blast if someone tells me to blast something? So it's not like that. Like,
someone else's.
so if I shout out, I don't know what to do.
Yes, I will say
And
you can say, you can go like,
Yeah,
who should I hit?
Who do I hit?
And then
I-
you're
yeah.
saying, I'm going to hold an action until somebody tells me an answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will Eldritch Blast
Okay.
whoever wants it.
Okay. You can see the miner is like, oh shit! And he like steps forward with this large pickaxe, just swings, but like it's a bunch of vines and plants, and his axe just kind of beds into a tree, missing completely.
Bad weapon for it.
Sentry.
By the way, I'm guessing that wasn't a short rest that we had with.
You can count it as a short rest.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to have spent hit points, yeah.
Wow. Mark.
I can't do anything at range.
You could start just charging forward.
I could do.
You can go about 60 feet if you spend your whole turn just running.
Yeah.
So that would get you 40 feet. So 10, 20, 30, 40. You're going to be about here.
Sure. I'll have a little sprint.
So you just start sprinting forward.
Yeah.
The sack that is Valor is probably behind them about here.
Okay, cool. I might be able to snatch her and run away.
Yeah, you could try, for sure. The creature, the plant creature now fully descends from the trees, and you can see it's a writhing mass of these red-tipped ferns, and it shuffles. Kind of shuffles towards them.
So weird.
Yeah. One of its vines whips out, grabs the miner, wraps him up in the vine, and begins crushing him. In fact,
Okay. If only it was one of the brookstones, we could bargain.
So the miner is like crushed. You can see the life being squeezed out. He's like, Finn, help! It's being crushed.
Wait a minute, Finn? I know that name.
God, there's a lot.
Oh my god, he's a bad guy!
Oh my
Quill.
I liked him. How much would it be to dismount from the Mr. E?
5 feet. Not even a 5 foot. You can just dismount him and then carry on your movement.
Okay. I will do that, and I suppose just move up towards them.
So you can get the same. You can get next to Sentry. Basically
And
60 feet.
I
I'm going to prepare the Thunderstone pistol, but not use it.
Yeah.
I think it's the same situation of like, I'm just going to follow Sentry and we're just going to stroll in.
Yep.
Is anybody
In the
gonna-
chaos?
Okay, sure, okay.
I mean, are we stealthing though, or?
Oh no. I'm
No, Sentry was like the Terminator just charging
There's
through.
nothing subtle about this girl.
No.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm a hulking 7-foot man.
okay.
Wood and iron.
And behind you is a
Giant
hulking
elk, yeah.
45-foot titan.
Da, 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 da.
Oh no.
So you
Oh,
watch
this
as this guy Finn moves up and starts hacking away at the plant, trying to free this miner. He's like, "Come on, get off him!" I was like slicing and slashing away. Or sorry, he should be more Texan than that. Get off him! Starts slashing away, hitting with one of his attacks, like cutting one vine, but then more just kind of writhe out.
Gross.
Lucius.
Mr. Ika, come on, buddy, we need your help. Go!
Yeah, he will move. So what's his speed?
His speed is
I think we're about to get run down.
I think you're about to get run down.
60
I have 9
feet.
hit points.
So
Wow.
he will go 120. So he just charges forward.
Whoa!
So,
Oh, Lucius on it, yo.
so technically, you go.
Oh, you're
you
right
end
in the
up
middle.
past them.
So you like gallop around them, like skid
So,
to a stop in
as
front
we
of
gallop
them.
past.
You drive by like spell casting.
No, I'm just
Oh,
gonna
okay.
shout at them.
Okay.
Give us Fella back!
Okay. They're like, what the hell? And like they're taken, confused by a moment. You've got a full action. Like you can take your full action because you're literally just go and then and you're yelling as you're running. Like if you want to do something.
Yeah, I'll cast Blade Ward on myself,
Okay. You're like, "Ah."
so I'm resistant to.
They look
melee.
up and they're like, huh? And they get confused seeing you. The woman at the back, hearing the charging sentry, will just turn around, like draw her blade and stuff, and like put herself into a stance like, come on, Finn, free him, we gotta move. They found us. And yeah, turns to face you.
So she turns around and sees you with your sword and your axe and shield.
Mr.
I'm
Ika
pointing a gun at them.
rolled a 2
Yeah.
to try and hit this creature on the ground.
+6 to hit.
So yeah, his horns just kind of dig
Wow.
into the ground as he's trying to hit this flying creature. It doesn't quite hit. Yeah,
I guess I'm on his neck.
Over.
Does them like moving count as like my no?
Nobody
No one
said.
told me what
Nobody
to do.
said Nova shoot that guy.
Okay.
I don't think we know what we want to do.
Is
just yet,
Valor
though.
Valor's on the ground? I'm guessing in the
Yeah,
middle.
she's
or
like
fam.
right in front here. She's basically like here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well, I'm just gonna stand to the side.
Okay.
And then, yeah, can I Eldritch Blast the lady?
Yep. Go for it. Eldritch Blasto. Eldritch Blasto.
Wow.
That's an anime. That's what they say in the anime.
That would be a natural one.
Oh, nice. Just blasts, so it like takes a huge chunk out of a tree or a piece of stone on the
This
way.
episode really has it all.
That was a warning shot.
Yeah, you can call that out if you want. At the start of the miner's go, whilst he is constricted by this creature, this poor guy,
Screw him.
he's melted by poison. This thing is like, and like this poison is seeping over him, and he watches his skin. He's like, Finn, help! Just crushed into a goo.
Is it like
And the vines begin crawling out, looking for their next target.
Is it like in RoboCop?
Yeah, kind of.
When
Just
the guy gets
melted by poison.
Slushy.
Ooh.
Flashy.
Sentry.
I'm going to continue running.
So 5, 10,
dun,
15, 20, 25,
dun,
30. Oh, you're next to
close.
Valor, but this woman is right in front
Right,
of you.
yeah.
You could grab like the sack of Valor and like
Yeah.
throw her back.
Throw it back,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
So you just grab the sack and like throw it behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And slide
Like
it rather
ready,
than
like-
throw it.
And then
Bring
you
it on!
You ready yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
The vine monster. It's got a lot of different targets now.
Go for the
So-
bad guy.
Go for the juicy humans.
Everyone within 15 feet of it. So Lucius, Mr. Ika, Arvel, and these two. However, not Valor because Sentry pulled her out the way.
Yes.
Can you make
Dun, dun,
strength
dun.
saving throws, please? Can you make one for Mr. Ika as well?
Mr. Ika got a 14.
Okay.
Thanks,
What
Mr.
does Lucius
Rika.
get?
Lucius gets a cock. Oh, 10.
So a writhing mass of plants just begins spreading out in a 15-foot radius around this creature. The woman, the Finn, the boy both get caught up, their legs just completely trapped by this plant creature. You are pulled off Mr. Ika by these plants and also restrained, so is Arvel, but Mr. Ika just pulls his hooves up and is just...
Mr. Ika!
yeah, he's just like pulling himself free, basically, as he charges. But you are all currently restrained.
You got everyone,
Everybody except the giant elk, yes. The incredibly strong giant elk.
even though they're on the back of it.
Yeah, it
Got
literally
pulled
was
off.
like...
Oh, I pulled you off it. Okay, yeah, sorry. I just
Loads of
stopped
vines
listening.
came out.
However, that is technically all it does this turn. So you're all currently restrained. Quill.
I'm gonna walk up, pointing my gun forwards, basically at them both, and I mean, I guess they're like freaked out right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like, what?
There's a
They're
lot
like,
happening.
and they've seen their friend be melted, and you're now pulling it. But they're also, yeah. What'd you say? What are you gonna do? That's what you see initially.
Oh, I don't really know how to get them to just not, you know.
What'd you say? This is the RP side of the
I'm
game.
gonna point the gun like directly at her, the one in front of me.
So you're like, with your scarred eye.
My scarred eye. I suppose I have to look the other way.
Yeah, you're kind of. So is it like, yeah?
And I will shoot, but it's hitting the vine creature.
Okay, so you're just a shoot. You don't want to talk to them or shout anything. That's what I thought you were going for. Yeah, you can make an attack roll.
I mean, the initial thing was just to spook them.
Okay.
Like, super spook them.
Okay.
And then
Give
the
me an
last
intimidation
second, shoot at the thing behind them.
check. Okay.
19 plus my intimidation, 21.
Yeah, there is definitely a moment of pause as she's staring down the barrel of this gun, and then you're just. And then you,
And I do... I guess I need to shoot the actual thing to see if it hits that.
yeah.
Natural 20!
Hey, amazing.
So it's a D10, double it.
Yeah.
12 plus 2, 14 damage.
14 to the vine creature.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like, you point it directly at her, kind of grimacing, and then you're just like, poof, and you watch as the bullet blows out like 3 of these vines, just ripping them from the stem. And then you're just, I mean, it's empty, but you just, I'm just point it
She
back.
doesn't know that.
Yeah, so you're just like,
I probably don't.
and you point it back, but you see this bullet just tear through the plant creature, ripping parts of it away. Anything else you want to do?
I will say to them that we're taking them back to Rose Hall.
Okay, you say that, Finn's like, you ain't taking us anywhere, fucking Birdman, and he's trying to free himself.
I mean, I am a fucking bird man, but come on.
Doesn't have to point it out.
Yeah.
One-eyed, one-winged bird man.
You can see he's like, he can't pull himself free of this, like these vines. He's desperately trying to pull himself free. He's just like, Fila, grab that kid and get out of here. And she's just like, ah. And you can hear them kind of grunting and.
You're gonna have to get past Sentry first.
Yeah, there's
I'd
definitely
like
a
to
point.
see that.
Lucius,
Yes, let's you try.
move action to try and break yourself free.
I'm going to say, whilst restrained for them two, if you don't give us power, we're not going to help you destroy this vine creature.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm
give
going to
me
hit the vine creature.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
9 plus 5, 14.
Okay. Now you want to. Did you want to try and escape, or are you just going to attack it? Because you are currently restrained, so you have disadvantage.
Can I use a chromatic orb, cast the spell?
You would still have disadvantage because you're still making an attack roll. It's only a move action to break yourself free.
Okay,
So you
I'll-
might as
I'll
well
do that.
try.
Yes, I'll try.
And then, okay. So yeah, it's a athletics or acrobatics.
Yes. 11.
That is just enough, actually. You like just to pull yourself free. Bring your hands up. You still want to cast chromatic orb?
No, not now. It's I'm
Broken your
free.
grip. Yeah, you could run. You could just like get away from its
Well,
radius.
hobble back to
Yeah,
Mr.
you've only
Ika.
got 15 movement, haven't you?
And then go back to Mr. Ika and get behind him.
Okay, so yeah, you can kind of move up.
Can I
behind
grip
him.
onto his fur?
Yeah.
You've got it, Mr. Ika.
Yeah, he's just like stomping his hooves down and things like that. Okay, so that's Lucius's go.
Can I ready an action?
Yes.
If they were to attack me, I chromatic orb them.
Yes.
And if-
Although no, your action would have been to move because you broke free. It's your move
okay,
action to break
okay,
free.
okay.
The large woman in the chainmail, Fila, steps forward, swings a blade towards Sentry, That's going to be a 14 to hit, though.
Go away, Jose.
Pating! She's like, she like staggers back. At the top of the round, the vine creature is going to grab Finn. It does.
Oh, don't melt him. We need him alive. Well, we don't need him alive, actually.
I only need one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
He gets caught up. He's like, Feel, get this thing off me before. And you can see him panicking, scared of what it might do to him next.
Very.
Mr. Ika is going to make an attack roll. I got a 7. What bonus do I add?
+4, I believe. 6.
+6. That's a
That's
13.
a ram, by the way.
Okay.
But if you want to do hooves, it's +6 as well.
Yeah, hooves. How much damage?
So what are you trying to do? It's on a 1 prone creature, does it count?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4d8 +4, or just 22 straight.
22. I'll just do 22.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
It stomps on this plant creature, just slamming its hooves down on the ground, like kind of tearing parts of it away. And you can see this plant creature, however, is still.
It speaks Elvish.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
But we don't know that.
You don't know that. It begins tearing it away.
Oh, it knows Elvish, giant elk, and Sylvan, but can't speak them.
Yes. So
So it knows what you're saying.
I'm just going to quickly.
Oh wait, no,
speaking
you're
common.
speaking common, yeah.
Yeah. Dirty common. Not beautiful Elvish.
Okay.
I can speak Elvish.
So you guys can go, but to speed things up here, on Finn's next turn, he is also melted.
Oh, come on, no, we wanted him alive.
Well, you can try and save him, but I don't imagine that, like, considering your situation, who's going to go? So it would have been Mr. Ika. So Nova would have gone. What would you have done?
I was gonna try and free Valor from the bag, like get her out
Okay,
of the bag.
yeah. So you move up, you free Valor. That's easy. You can do that. She's unconscious.
Would that be an action to do?
Yeah, basically. It'd be like move up, action, undo the bag, drag her out. She's unconscious, probably drugged.
Oh, she got
but
rolled
you can
back
pick
a
her
bit,
up.
right?
Yeah, she can pick her up. Then the vine creature, then the vine creature would go. It's already got thingy, so she'd do some damage to him. Sentry, what would you do? Would you attack the woman?
I would have given the guys one more chance to give themselves up.
Okay.
And I can free them, or I'm just going to flame lance them. Or,
I probably
I'd
would've-
flame lance the plant.
Try and flame lance the plants and catch them in it, or would you just try and aim for the
I give them
plant
one
lance?
last chance to give themselves up, and
Okay.
I can flame lance the plant.
So what do you say?
free
What do you
them.
say to him?
So like, this is your final chance. If you don't give yourselves up and let us take you back to Rose Hall, then I'm flame lancing all of you.
Okay.
You are all going down.
Intimidate.
Otherwise, yeah.
Intimidate check for me, please.
20!
Oh, natural 20!
So the woman
I'm scared.
looks at you, just like drops her sword, and is like, "Fine, fine. Just get him through." Like she like turns like, "Save my brother."
Okay.
You turn to him, like, because obviously you've done that. So do you still want to flame lance the creature?
Flame lance the plant.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can step to the side, so you only catch the creature. So remind me what this does again.
So it's a
Dex saving throw.
each creature. Yeah, Dex saving throw.
It's disadvantage. That fails.
Okay.
And then
Takes 3d10 of fire damage.
yeah, because I up the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I up the damage on it, so there's 3d10.
3d10?
Thank you very much.
Because it takes health away from her as well.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Wow.
And then I take 1d6 of cold damage.
Yes,
Tasty
I'll roll
rolls.
that. You take 5.
5 is cool.
Okay, so the flame lance races across this creature. You can see that it does seem somewhat resistant to fire, however. Like the creature itself, yeah, I know. But the red tips on it begin to kind of glow and heat up when the flame touches it and things like that, and seems to absorb some of the heat. But it still does burn, this long line of trail of fire as this blast erupts from it. However, it's not enough to kill the creature. After Sentry, Quill, would you do anything? I appreciate we're going to be running late, but
I would
finish that.
Yeah, I would probably magic missile
The plant.
the plant and probably try and hit in the vines that are constraining.
Just roll the damage.
but
Yeah, the problem with magic missile is it's
I do it at level 2 as well.
so that's 4d4.
4d4 for me.
See if you can save
4,
this guy.
2, so 6,
7.
7, 10.
10 plus 4, 14.
Yeah, 10 plus 4, 14.
Not quite enough. After Quill's go, Lucius,
Okay.
you're the last one.
What about Arvel?
I didn't actually roll for Arvel. Let's say Arvel. Well, Arvel's also restrained, so he's kind of like. Let's say, for the sake of the story, he got completely wrapped up and he's like he's like a little dwarf trying to kick out of the vines.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
Also,
a
not a main
chromatic
character.
orb 4-inch diameter sphere of cold energy at the creature. And so that would be a ranged spell attack. That's a 10.
Nope. No damage on miss.
If the attack hits, 3d8.
So you throw it, you do hit, but you're kind of hitting the area around it where Sentry's already burnt a lot of it away, so the cold doesn't quite spread out onto the body. After that, you just watch as this poison just melts Finn away. The woman is just like, Finn, no! And just but this creature moves so slowly, if you guys just choose to run, you can easily outrun this thing.
What about Arbor?
You can free him, like...
Yeah.
Look, we've got 5 minutes. I need to wrap the episode up, all right?
Okay.
Mr. Ika.
The main thing was whether the guy you wanted to take back for justice lived or not. Like,
Yeah.
We'll take her.
the elk can easily
thing.
pull
Yeah,
Marvel
can take
free
it.
and stuff.
Yeah,
You just grab her and drag her away with you.
All right. I suppose I'd also tie her up as well, as best I can with one arm, but you know.
I'm assuming you'll do that in the safety of this
Yeah,
creature
Not getting
following you.
launched.
Because the thing is, as well, is like you two can just constantly like firebolt or
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast this thing. It moves at 5 feet around, so you can just be like
Is that it?
blam, 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 blam.
How did it catch up to them?
They
It
probably
surprised
stood
them.
on it.
Yeah,
Nice.
basically they jumped into it. Cool. Well, we're going to read some donations now because that's the end of things. We're going to see how this all develops next week.
Holy crap. Man,
Crikey.
Yeah.
that was a lot of stuff that happened.
Wow! There was a lot of stuff of me rolling stuff behind the scenes of like their encounter and like how much they got delayed by and stuff, and obviously how much you got delayed by, and it just all worked out in the end.
But we got
Lucky with
Vala!
that
We got
Dryad.
it back!
Yeah.
We got Vala, we did it!
Yeah, you got it before they got to Iron
Lucius
as well.
broke his leg and I lost my eye.
Severaka, thank you very much. Too much schoolwork
badass,
and too little
though.
time. Gonna be VOD squad for me yet again. Who knew doing a master's degree actually demanded some work? Eh? Good luck
Crazy.
today with whatever you're doing. Thank you very much. Oliver Envey, thank you very much for the donation. No message. Subject Delta 814 donated. Hey HR, hope you well. Take my money. Mark, I hope LARP was lots of fun. I just had my last event and we may have accidentally made a war between factions happen. I've been made as the main person playing diplomat as one of the factions. Stress. That sounds fun. Not. Nightjar, thanks very much, as always.
Yep.
Kellen of Resdane. What up, mad lads? Dropping a dono early as I have to go early to help run Adventurous League at my local shop. Mark,
Nice.
question. Did you ever release your custom siege rules from the last campaign? I can't find them anywhere and I've got a siege coming up. I think I posted them on my Patreon. So if you were interested in that, they're available to $5 tier Patreons. Anything which isn't like an official product, I don't really tend to post up there for people to check out. So you can check that out. Dragstar, thanks very much for the donation. MCM Comic Con one-shot live show, brand new merch, 10% off everything with special code. Cannot compute this madness. We'll be booking that to get SAP. Hope to get Echo plushie as well. Oh wait, too soon. Somebody wants to take over just because my throat's going. So.
You want to do it?
Yeah, okay.
Go for it.
Frank the NPC is donating, said had to miss last week's. How about them killers? Jesus Christ, Mark, so cruel. Hoping I can catch it all day today, but I might have to take it off early. So early donation. Love to you all, and good luck in avenging the death and dying in the process.
Yeah, we sort of did that.
Dabadies, still VOD squadding at the moment, so a quick donation before I have to head off again. Cheers,
Thank you.
dude.
Thank you.
Seth1126, hey guys, just wanted to leave a quick message to say that I passed my Latin exam to take
Congrats.
I could watch live again, but American football's on tonight, so it's back to the VOD squad for me. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this story and your shenanigans. Thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
are
Do the
we.
American football is on tonight.
USA.
Keep going. Please don't read out loud.
Justin147,
Don't
please
read it.
don't.
There you go.
Out loud.
Thank you for your donation,
Thank you for your
Justin.
donation. I'm just reading through it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Subject Delta 814, thank you again.
Taken over.
Out of curiosity, Mark, the Goliath going through the shadows, is that homebrewed or is he using the spell Shadow Walk / Shadow Jump? Like I said, I only play Pathfinder and it sounds similar to one of those spells.
I mean, it's 5th edition, so it's not going to use Pathfinder
Pathfinder
stuff.
rules, yeah.
But yeah, it's a mix of homebrew and using a monster template already in, I think, Mordenkainen's. As I mentioned in a recent video about creating custom monsters, I often just take an existing monster and then add new little twists to it.
Nice. Azul Aura. As ever, the stream is the absolute best thing to listen to whilst drawing. A question. Do any of y'all have any advice on how to play a reclusive character with a tragic / dark backstory without it becoming boring / the stereotypical angsty teen type?
I don't think we have time to go through it. Like,
Yeah.
there are things you can do, but it's like acting techniques and stuff to make the character dynamic and interesting.
Yeah.
Not ones to go in now when we don't have a lot of time, sadly.
Add a quirk that's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that they actually smile about.
Yeah.
Azul Aura.
Why would you do this? Oh my god, I almost started crying. So much for drawing. I can't focus when it's this sad.
Nice.
Sorry, Azul.
These kind of comments they just give me power.
And I will do one more. Frank the NPC. My god, Mark, I'm glad I stuck around for that fight. Dark Souls Chain Ninja. Quill missing an eye. Be grateful it wasn't the other arm, I am. Daddy's boy has a crushed leg. Not that he was of much use before that. Wow.
Hashtag
Fine
savage.
DMing, Mark. Fine
Hey,
DMing.
Trot did a huge amount of damage in that
He
fight.
did.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
He did some other stuff, but
He
that
also
acid arrow was definitely
Tried to drag me away from the battle.
And
Into a shadow.
Nenzai has donated. Oh my god, you guys aren't dead. How are you not dead? Thanks for giving me a heart attack in that encounter. I feel almost as helpless as Nova did. Poor Quill, he lost a wing, lost an eye. Is his leg next? No, his beak. Gonna need a break, this break to cool my brain down.
Damn.
And thank you to Varys for donating, no message. Thank you also to Jimmy Kiba X who donated $100 and says, have
Nice
some
job,
monies
guys.
for the healing / prosthetics / violence of action lessons fund. Violence of action lessons. Yeah, okay. Haven't been able to watch live all season up until now. What a crazy session to finally
Yeah.
catch live.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to Fen Ash who
Another
has
hundo.
donated
Wait.
another hundo. Wow.
We did it better the first time.
Wow, Mark, that was brutal. Seems like you're really stepping it up for this campaign. Thanks to you all for making me cry out in horror in relief. It really makes for some of the best entertainment I get these days.
I like that people
Thanks
think
so
I'm
much.
doing anything differently to what I did in Lightfall. Like, I follow encounter mathematics.
I think it's the injury
It's
roll
the
that makes
injury,
so
yeah.
much of a
But also,
difference.
without the injury roll, I feel like that less fight would have had less meaning. It would have
True.
just been like, with
I would have
Okay.
gone down and I would have come back up again. And you'll never keep me down.
All right, Trot, take it away and do these quick.
Metamanu donated, hey guys, first, new gorgeous dice, yes please.
Yes.
Second, custom minis, fuck yes.
Yes.
They look astonishing. Third, almost 2 deaths, please, no. Don't play with my heart like that, damn it. Did I ever say I love the show?
Thanks,
You
Mark.
did.
Multiple
Cheers, dude.
times, yes.
Nautilix1 donated. Hi guys, I'll have to catch up on the VOD as my group just finished up on the banquet of the damn one shot. In the meantime, take some money. Hooray for the Crashed Quest dummies.
Oh yeah, forgot about that name.
Made of Magic and Wires donated. I caught up with the VODs after only managing to watch episode 01 live, and holy crap, what an episode to rejoin. Anyway, have $1 for every episode so far. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
thank you very much.
Very nice. Dancing on Fire donated. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Florent10 donated 2. Doesn't really seem like a lucky number for this campaign. One arm, one eye. I'm coming up next. One leg. I'm watching this the night before I start uni, so wish me luck. Good luck.
Good luck.
At uni, you'll be fine. Daft Dave 41 donated. Damn it, I bought my Saturday and Sunday ticket yesterday. I'm on an early flight from Dublin on the Friday. Hashtag High Rollers live hype.
Thanks very much,
Thank
Stuff
you.
Dave.
We are there on Friday, Saturday, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ace of Thorns donated. For great ouch, that was a rough one. Some peeps be needing hugs. Damn right.
Yeah.
It's emotional. Friend the MC donated again. Another donation, sign of a good episode. Giant elk and a giant plant. Also development of a new type of Markism. The Markuism.
Oh, I see.
We Jockey has donated 300 Twitch bits, thank you very much. Fantastic episodes of everything, so you guys are great, thanks very much. Stonehenge Ray donated. Daddy Bets, this week Lucian only said daddy once, and out of the 28 people in chat who took part, Snarky Sparks, Death Shadow 779, and Endy the Ender Chicken were the closest. Special thanks to Azul Aura for keeping track of the bets this week. Thank you very much, that's all the donations we have time for.
There were
Anyway.
14 squares in the puzzle. 14.
Yes, I got it right!
Squares.
14 squares, that's the
14.
answer. Check out Brilliant.
14.
Thanks to our sponsors.
And if you look at the link in the video description
There's
below,
the,
there's the
There's the
explanation.
solution.
There's
So you
more
have to break
squares.
it down basically, and yeah, you got it. So
there you go.
But yeah,
Nice.
Thanks very much. We'll see you next time. Will we? Am I here next week?
yes.
Yes, I'm here next week. We'll do another episode next week.
We'll see you next
and we'll
week.
see you then.
And join us for High Rollers tomorrow, Rogues Gambit. Bye.
Rogues Gambit. Bye.